SchmutzCast number 8.
We're back, ladies and gents.
I can barely hear myself right now. Okay, now I kind of hear myself.
Well, you just have to talk. I can hear you just fine.
Yeah,
you just have to talk louder.
We're trying a new system. We're trying to make it to where we don't make as much random fucking weird noises.
They forced in-ears on us today.
You see, that was because Jordan would very much like to mess with the cable on his mic, and it would keep popping in my ear. Yeah, just like that.
Yeah,
it would keep popping in my ears, and I'd have to look at Jordan like, hey, cut it out, cut it out, cut it out.
Now it's going to annoy him.
Yeah, so now he can be self-aware, and he can learn how much of a...
Self-awareness is key for personal growth.
Exactly.
So this is the first SchmutzCast since episode 2 that we are just the 4 of us.
Wow.
It's kind of ridiculous.
We went on
on our own show just about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went on a pretty nasty run of just guests. John just being a schlub. Just kidding. The only thing I'm hurt by, John, is that you didn't watch the episodes you were.
Can you put a smiley face on the video?
I'll be honest. I didn't watch the half of the episode that I wasn't here for, the one that I missed too. So it's not just John.
The one you missed.
Thank you, Brandon.
Doesn't exist.
The half one, where I left halfway through because of the personal matter.
Yeah. Well, that one got really
how was that?
Conspiratorial.
Well, I'm glad I wasn't here for it.
Yeah. It was definitely some shit.
Is that a word? Can we fact check that?
Conspiratorial.
I believe him.
It's a word. It's a word.
I think it is.
Is it a word? Is there a conspiracy behind the word conspiracy?
It might be.
Whoa.
So, we were supposed to have a guest. I said that on the last week.
Yikes.
And
how
it just
embarrassing.
some things come up. It's life. It's not like the people that get on here are getting paid for this. So I don't blame them if.
Yeah, actually, we barely get paid.
I paid them.
Yeah.
Your check's in the mail.
I paid Wyatt.
It's in the mail.
You paid Wyatt?
Yeah.
How'd you pay him?
A bag of Doritos and a Red Bull.
I paid you all with 2 buckets of fucking chicken nuggets today.
Oh. He
talking
fucking wakes us up. Wakes me up, basically. Goes, hey, we're getting... I need Wendy's. I need
nuggies.
He's sitting in bed. He's like, you think John will bring me Wendy's if I ask him?
I was like,
he called me
over.
He called me, and I'm like, I gotta pack up all my equipment.
Bro, I woke up feeling the
equipment.
grumbles, the tummy grumbles.
The rumbles, yeah.
And I was like, what would really smack right now? Waffle House. So I called Jordan, and I was like, yo, you want to get Waffle House? And he's like, nah, you want to get pizza? I was like, nah, pizza don't sound good. And then I was like, I've got an idea. Chicken nuggies. And then
He was like, what if we just get 60 chicken nuggets from McDonald's real quick? And I said, Wendy's got that bucket. Wendy's got the nugget buckets.
$12 50-piece nugger? Come on, bro. And it was a win. We swiped those. We had to push the podcast off a little bit so our tummies could get full.
Some nug time.
Well, everybody, you can't do a podcast within 30 minutes of eating food. It's just like swimming.
You'll get a side stitch.
You get lost in the sauce.
Okay, so I have had questions waiting for 2 weeks.
How many do we have? Is there any more?
Is there a couple?
I think there's 3 or 4.
Hot damn.
We are behind.
But
we're so
me and
awesome.
Jordan did answer one when it was just me and him, but that episode got deleted.
Okay, well, we can talk about it now then today, can't we?
Yeah,
okay.
We can redo it. Nobody's ever seen it, so.
Good.
And me and Jordan are the only ones that know the substance of that question. So I'm going to use that question last, because that's probably going to branch off into other things. Okay, so question number 1, and I'm going to stop saying the names of the people that send in questions. Some people prefer to be anonymous, so
cool.
We're just going to do that.
Right.
Question number 1 comes from a lovely fan. If you could have dinner with one celebrity, who would it be and why? We'll start with you, John.
Derek Jeter.
I could see that. I kind of saw that coming.
Derek Jeter.
Is that all you have to say about that?
I mean, it's kind of
why though?
Derek Jeter.
Why?
Derek Jeter.
So Derek Jeter is. So you all know he's always been like just someone that I've really looked up to my entire life, and I see him as a role model, and I'd just like to get to know. You're
getting choked up.
He's like, oh, just dinner with Derek Jeter.
Just makes me so
just for the thought of Derek Jeter in my presence. It's overwhelming.
Now I just like to get to know him behind the camera. You know, see what he's like behind the camera. See if he's the same person.
See what he's like behind his underwear.
Yeah, man.
He's looking for more than behind the camera, bro.
Behind his
He's a
booty.
guy that I would go gay for. You heard it here first.
Are we leaving that in?
Yeah, we're leaving that in.
I don't care.
There's
Oh, we all know John's true intentions with Derek Jeter. Now.
If Derek Jeter ever listens to
Derek
this,
Jeter ever peeps
just
that.
know that you've got a
you better
friend
be
in
worried.
me.
you got
God.
So Jordan, celebrity?
I got a tie for two. One would be Adam Sandler. I think he would be cool as fuck to hang out with. And I don't know why you thought that was so funny. I'm just being serious.
Sandler?
Adam Sandler seems like a cool ass dude. And then Joey Diaz.
Oh,
Joey Coco Diaz.
yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
Good choices. Good choices.
I think those would to both be solid.
Brandon?
Can we do historical figures? Or is it just
Sure.
modern stuff?
Sure.
Moses.
Moses.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I was not
what
expecting
actually
that.
happened when he was leading the
I thought you were
Jews
gonna say
out
like
of Egypt?
Einstein, Julius Caesar.
Well, Caesar.
Julius
I thought
Keebler.
about
Julia
Augustus.
Keebler?
I thought.
Oh. Julius Caesar, Julia Keebler.
Next. Yeah.
So you say Moses. Why Moses?
I just think it would be like the most interesting conversation you'd ever have in your life.
Do you think it would be easy to understand him? Because he. Did
Well,
not
I
speak
feel like in
English.
this, maybe we would just communicate beyond the realm of words.
You just
I
Tele-
guess-
telepathically.
I
I
guess,
guess,
no.
that's a good question there. Like,
Yeah,
would
it
that
depends.
person know
Okay, no, it
English?
depends. It depends. If they have to know English, I don't know. Maybe like Tom Hanks. That would be kind of interesting.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Can
Or Morgan Freeman.
Oh, Morgan.
Can I
Freeman.
change a good an honorable mention?
Tony Romo.
Would be Billy Mays.
Billy Mays.
Okay.
how you doing,
let's shake
John?
it up.
I'm
Let's
Billy
shake it
Mays.
up.
Billy
Let's
Mays
shake it
here.
up. What about? Oh God. Half of me wanted to say Bill Cosby just for one conversation, but I was like, oh, I don't know.
So Bill,
I don't know,
how'd you do
yeah.
it? How'd you get away with it for so long?
Be like, or O.J. Simpson? Are you kidding me? Did you do it?
OJ.
OJ, listen,
OJ, those
Look.
isotoners, it didn't look good.
OJ, bro to bro.
Bro
Be
to bro.
honest with me.
What was
Level
it,
with
what
me.
was the
Come on.
atmosphere like in the Bronco?
So I'm gonna go with LeBron James as number one. That's my
LeBron James.
real answer.
Dumb.
Well, let him explain why. Let him explain why.
LeBron James is the greatest basketball player of all time. Easy.
Debatable.
Easy.
I mean, that is debate. I think he is,
Debate
but I
me.
still think it's debatable.
Debate me. He's the best player of all time.
Debatable.
He's like GOAT.
Now, my backup plan would probably be Joey Diaz
Oh,
or
yeah.
Sal Volcano from the Impractical.
Sal
Jokers.
Volcano.
Sal-
I love everything he
Honestly-
does. He's so fucking funny.
Honestly, of the four Impractical Jokers, I would want to go to dinner with Sal last.
Really?
Well, it's not even
I think
just
he would
because
piss
of
me
Impractical Jokers. I like he does a lot of other shit. He does like podcasts. He has a stand-up shit going.
Which one's
He
the
seems-
bald one?
Murr.
I wouldn't go with Murr.
You wouldn't? Or you
No, I
want to?
would. I would.
You would?
Yeah.
I would think Joe. Is it Joe?
No.
Joe would be
Joe's the
funny,
goofy
but
one.
Joe would be
like,
the
No,
most
I'd wanna go with
fun
Murr.
to go to dinner with, because you could be like, Joe, can we
Panera
do
Bread
a
with
Practical Jokers real quick? Sure. What do you want me to do? And he'd just fucking do it.
yeah,
he
he's
wouldn't
been
give
on
a
some
shit.
podcasts and he's.
I don't think he would want to.
Okay.
I don't think he would care.
If you had a movie made about your life, who choose one person to play you as an actor? Who would it be and why?
Oh, jeez. Can you do me last on this one?
Person. That's what she.
I pick Idris Elba. I love Idris Elba.
Idris Elba's going to play you.
Yeah.
There's
You
one
gonna
of
make
these
this a
things
race
just
thing?
doesn't belong.
You gonna
here.
make this a race thing?
Was he gonna be doing whiteface?
I was
I
trying to
don't
think of
think
someone
so.
that looks
Ooh.
like you, at least.
I'm thinking I'm thinking.
why does that? I just like how Idris Elba acts, and I feel like he could act.
He's a
No, he's
phenomenal
a great
as a
actor. He's a great actor. You know,
Can we do this question a little bit differently?
but
Okay, Brendan Fraser, fine.
excellent choice. Excellent choice.
At first, I was like, "What the fuck?" But then the more I thought about it,
Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, no, Brendan Fraser would kill Lucas Timberlake. Yeah.
Can we do this question a little bit differently? The other three have to pick who the actor for the
I'm in on
person
that.
is.
I'm in on
honestly, I'm sticking with Brendan Fraser for Timberlake. I like that.
that.
I
Okay,
agree
pick
with
one
that.
without that's not Brendan Fraser.
Ricky Gervais.
Oh,
Gervais.
Or whatever his name is.
Gervais.
Ricky Gervais. Ricky Gervais. I always thought that was how you said his
Jamar,
last
Lamar,
name.
Lamarson, Lamar.
Ricky Gervais.
Jaquarvius
Ricky
Bullshit.
Gervais. Ricky Gervais.
I'm thinking Sal Volcano.
I would take that. He's
I'm
a
thinking
good-looking-
Sal Volcano.
He's a good-looking big fella.
I wouldn't say
I
Sal
think-
Volcano. I'd say I think Chris DiStefano would be closer to Timberlake than Sal Volcano.
He's not chubby enough. But I feel like he could act my character. He's
Yeah.
pretty off the cuff.
I feel
Danny
like
DeVito.
that's a bit more accurate. That's a bit more accurate.
We'll have Stilgar be played in my movie. It's played by
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go to John. Who do we have play John? Morgan Wallen.
That was the only thing I could think
Kid
of.
Rock.
Kid Rock, yeah.
Rock. Yeah.
Kid Rock or
Kid
David
Rock.
Spade.
David Spade. It's
David
David
Spade,
Or,
but he's got to
Johnny-
grow his hair out a little
Johnny
bit.
Yeah.
Depp. Johnny Depp.
Johnny,
Yeah.
He's got
If
the
he,
hair.
if he did his
Johnny
hair,
Depp's too respectable.
Yeah, but John Will doesn't
Yeah, but
walk
he-
around
he-
being like,
he can be
I'm Johnny Will.
But that's the thing. He's,
Johnny Will.
I'm not acting like Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp is acting like me.
Yeah, but he's not going to be
Whoa.
very good at it. Every character he plays has this type of voice like this.
Not
It's
Willy
probably just 'cause
Wonka.
that's
I was
how
gonna
he
say, what
talks.
about Willy Wonka, bro? He did not talk like that.
He was
at
old
all.
Willy, bro.
No, he wasn't.
He talked.
Yeah,
He was
he was.
Charlie. His name's Charlie in the movie. He's Charlie in the Chocolate
Charlie's
Factory.
the
Charlie's
boy.
the kid.
Yeah.
It's Willy Wonka's-
Willy.
Johnny Depp is Willy Wonka in that movie.
He's not the
Yes.
kid.
You thought he was the child?
He's the child from the first movie, from the original movie.
No, he's not.
No, he's
he
not.
No, he's
I
not.
don't think so.
Yes.
I don't think
Look
so.
it up.
I'm
Look it
100%.
up.
I'm
Fact check.
I don't know, bro.
Papa
He's
Schmutz.
He's the
Johnny
original,
Depp is not in the original
he's
Willy Wonka
not
movie.
The original
He's
Charlie.
not. He's not. The character, the child, the
Is-
character that is the child in Willy Wonka is
Named Charlie.
Johnny Depp.
Bro, you are so off the fucking
What?
wall with this
I
one.
think
Timberlake.
he's just trying to do damage control right now.
He might be,
The
bro.
kid,
He just keeps
Peter
changing.
Ostrom, in the original movie, his character's name is Charlie.
Yeah, that's what we're
And
saying.
in Charlie in the Chocolate Factory,
Johnny Depp
Johnny Depp's character
is Willy Wonka.
is Willy Wonka. You got me. I always thought that was like a continuation. That sucks.
No.
Fuck that movie. That movie's trash.
That movie's great. But that's beside the point. So, did we come to a consensus?
David Spade on.
I like David Spade or Kid
Yeah.
Rock. I like one of
Yeah.
those.
So
too.
now we got to get one
I
for
would be
Jordan.
okay with.
Nobody looks like
either.
me.
Let's see.
Fabio.
Actors. Can you search actors with big
I was
noses?
gonna say something. I can't say it. I can't say it now. It had to do with your nose.
Gosh,
I
I don't
figured.
know.
That's a tough one.
Ain't nobody like me.
Who looks like Jordan? If anybody has any good thoughts of who we look like, we'd love
Please
to
let
hear
us
that.
know.
We'd love to hear that. What are you looking at? That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking, 100%. I'm gonna go Ben Stiller.
Oh.
Ben Stiller.
What
sure.
picture are you showing him right now? Okay.
For podcast
Ben
sake,
Stiller. Ben Stiller.
we'll keep that to
Ben-
ourselves.
Ben
But Ben
Stiller.
Stiller. Ben Stiller.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I like Paul Rudd.
But I think Ben Stiller would play a good Jordan.
Or what about Ryan Reynolds?
I mean, you notice that Jordan said he would want to go to dinner with Adam Sandler. Look
I
who
mean-
number 2 on the list is.
Yeah, but Adam Sandler wouldn't play a good Jordan.
No.
I think
Jordan doesn't talk like this all the time.
Jordan Warren.
I'm Jordan Warner, and I coach soccer.
This is the worst podcast.
I have a
that ever
soccer
exists on the
team.
planet.
You know who it would be? The Ross from Friends.
Oh,
David Schwimmer.
David
Schwimmer, yeah.
Schwimmer.
Oh, that's a good
David
one. Yeah,
Schwimmer.
David Schwimmer. That's actually the win right there.
I think David Schwimmer is the one.
Yeah.
So I am gonna go straight up at Keebler with Daniel Radcliffe.
Oh,
Harry Potter.
all right.
That's not what I was expecting.
I'm thinking.
I could see Daniel Radcliffe grows out the beard.
I need to shave the beard.
No, bro, the beard is fantastic.
Yeah,
Keep
keep the beard.
Can we get a? We're gonna make a poll. Should Brandon keep the beard?
I don't know.
Keep the beard.
I don't know. Anyway, Daniel Radcliffe. That's good. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I was gonna say, what is it, Gary Busey?
Gary Busey.
What's the guy from? What's the guy from Scott Pilgrim?
Michael Cera.
Michael Cera.
Yes.
Yeah.
He would be up there as well.
Yeah,
Michael
that's
Cera.
fair.
Oh,
That's
Michael
fair.
Cera, dude.
So this is the next question. This is the one that I think may spark a lot of conversation. That me and Jordan really got deep into this
Oh
one.
god. In the corrupted episode.
In the
lost
corrupted
episode.
sports episode.
The Lost Corrupted Sports episode.
Why does every Pixar mom have an absolute dump truck of an ass asking for a friend? And we here at SchmutzCast, that is really one of the questions.
That
we
is
got.
awesome.
Thank you for who sent that.
Because
I mean,
God
sex
is real.
sells, bro. Sex sells.
Sex sells, man.
Even in cartoons.
Even in
to
cartoons.
children.
There's got to
Yeah.
be something to keep the parents entertained.
Tell me a mother that is in a Pixar movie that ain't dummy thick.
It's literally all of them.
Yeah.
And
I
the thing is-
they're all very shapely.
One of the points I brought up whenever we had our corrupted sports special was that someone literally has to design those characters, and they were just like, you know what? Let's give all the moms the fattest ass we
Dumpies.
possibly can.
Full on dumpies.
Would you rather it have been any other way?
Yeah, just make them normal.
No.
They are normal to me.
Yeah, but if they are proportionate to the rest of their bodies, they're going to look really fucking weird. Because you look at Miss Incredible, if she didn't have a dumpy, she would look so fucking weird. She'd look like a stick person.
Well, yeah, but like that's because that's how we're used to
Does
seeing
she?
it now.
Hold
though.
on. So she's elastic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So does she choose her figure?
Probably.
You know,
She doesn't need fucking butt lift. She just lifts it.
Well,
by
because if she's
stretching it.
elastic, she can make her, shape any shape that
Yeah.
she wants, right? So she's.
You ever
she's-
think Mr.
She's
Incredible?
doing this on purpose. That's
Mr.
what
Incredible
I'm
is the
thinking.
opposite. He has a little lower body and then just a fucking.
Big upper. They
this one
complete each
doesn't
other.
have an ass at all.
They complete
Who?
each other. Who?
Whoever that is, it's in that that new Coco movie. I mean, she's a skeleton, so she.
John,
literally
that's a
has
skeleton.
No ass.
Skeletons don't have
That's
ass.
not.
Skeletons
That's
don't
not
have muscles or
a
fat or
human mother
skin.
is not a skeleton.
They don't have any, even organs. She doesn't have any of those.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
she's not dummy thick.
That's because she doesn't have a
Whoa.
pooper because she don't poop, dude.
Well,
How do you know?
can a
And no
skeleton
need for cheeks if you ain't got a pooper.
can a skeleton be attractive though? Just a skeleton?
I would hope.
Could
my
you fall in
skeleton's
love
pretty
with a
attractive.
skeleton?
Oh, look at that bone
That
structure.
hot bony mouth.
I bet.
I bet they look real good with skin on them.
Damn, I'd love to see her with her skin on.
That's what a grave robber
Yeah,
says.
bro, that's getting to some nasty territory.
Creepy
Man.
So we did the pick'ems last week, the Schmutz picks.
Oh, is there no more? I thought there was 4 questions.
No, that was it.
Oh.
I changed it to 3. There was only 3.
Was there a question that was talked about on the corrupted files?
That one.
That
That
one.
Oh, okay, that-
yeah, that one, the Pixar moms.
That's a great question.
So
Great question.
we started doing, for anybody that didn't watch the last episode, go watch the last episode. It was the Wet and Wild reshoot.
It was very
that's what I
sloppy,
named it.
very silly.
Silly, sloppy,
Yes.
goofy. But we started a new thing that we're gonna pick for the following week's football games with scores. We're not gonna delve too deep into them most of the time because we are gonna be a week behind with how the episodes release. We're gonna be talking about the episodes the week and a half before, things like that. So, but the way it works is we're gonna pick each week, and all of us are gonna get a point for each one we get right. And at the end, whoever has the least amount of points is gonna get a punishment of some sort, undecided. And if there is a tie of any sort, if the bottom 3 tie, they all get punished.
As of right now, You two both have a point. Me and Brandon have nothing. Because Brandon and I had the Chargers winning on Thursday, and you both had the Chiefs, and the Chiefs won. So that's what we're sitting at right now.
Wait, so are we trying to get the least amount of points or the most?
It's
Most.
golf, bro.
We're trying to get the most. But
Dude,
the
that's what we
winner-
should do. We should do pick 'em golf. We got to try to guess them wrong
So,
Too late. Next season.
next season.
so what? Ooh, I lost my train of thought now.
Well, I hope it pulls back in the station.
So we don't get a winner. We only get a loser. The winner
Yes,
just
winning is
basically gets
nothing.
bragging rights. The loser gets a punishment.
Have we decided on that punishment yet?
We haven't
Not
yet. It's going to be something not painful, but something very funny.
The next episode, we'll have a whiteboard sitting in this gap right here.
Yeah, we're going to
and
start
it'll-
putting the whiteboard there. We're
Oh,
probably
yeah.
not
Start
even
keeping
going to
track.
put too much attention to it.
No,
You'll
that's-
just see it if you need to see it.
That's smart.
It'll be a
yeah.
passive competition for
be
the
fun.
podcast.
So football season has begun.
Thank God.
Y'all been watching a bunch of football.
Yeah.
Of course, watched
Oh, yeah.
college yesterday.
So
Yeah.
the one I did want to bring up.
I knew you were gonna do this shit to me. The way
No,
you're
no,
looking
no,
at
no,
me.
no, no.
Oh, okay.
He's not talking about the Packers
It's not
game?
the Packy Boys.
That's the way you're looking at me. That's where I thought that was
no,
going. And I was
but
like, all
it's,
you were
right.
coming
it's
for
a
his
game that
head.
was really just it was hurtful to watch. Was the Bengals and the Steelers.
That one was gross. It was
That
weird.
was
Yeah.
bad.
I
For
caught
anybody
the
that didn't
tail
see,
end
they
of
went
it.
to overtime. The Steelers kicker missed the kick, turned the ball over. The Bengals go down the field, get in field goal range, make a kick, miss it, and then
You said
goes-
make a kick and
or
miss it.
Did the
take
kick?
a kick.
Oh, they
did
took
the
the kick
kick,
and missed it. Okay.
Missed it.
Okay.
And then turned the ball over again, and then the Steelers kicker fucking sat on the sidelines for the entire offensive possession, just fucking yucking kicks, making sure he was not going to miss the second one, and he did not miss the second one.
Well, good for him. First of all.
And how often does a tie happen in the first week?
I mean,
Not often.
yeah, not
That is
too
Not
weird.
often.
Ties are fairly rare.
Ties
Yeah.
are rare in general. in football.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I remember a couple years ago there was one, and I didn't even know that there could be a tie in football. But then, because I was at your house when that happened, actually,
Yeah.
it was like 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Oh.
It was a while ago,
Yeah.
maybe even longer than that. I don't
It's,
freaking know.
it's really difficult to tie since like you literally just someone has to score at one point in overtime and it's 15 minutes. Someone just has to get a field goal, and if both kickers just keep fucking missing, like it's kind of frustrating
It's
most
really
of the time.
sloppy, especially when it's your team.
Yeah.
I've officially associated myself as a Bengals fan. Me and Megan sat down. I think we talked about this on the Corrupt podcast. That
We did.
We did.
Either before or during, I can't
Yeah.
remember.
So me and Megan really wants to like host football parties and stuff when we get our own
No
place.
way.
So like she
I'm
wants
with
to
it.
get those cute little dishes to like shaped in footballs and all
She's
that.
gonna get y'all
And I said,
Bengals dishes.
well, I said we gotta pick a team if we're gonna host
Yeah.
parties. We gotta have a team. And I said, what team do you like? I said, first of all, what colors do you like? She's like, I don't know. And I said, I would pick the Ravens, but I think Lamar Jackson's not gonna stay there, and he's the only reason I like the Ravens. So we talked, and obviously it seems very bandwagonish to pick the Bengals, but they are the closest team to us other than Indy, and I don't fucking like the Colts. I'm sorry. I've never liked the fucking Colts. I know that's the local team that everybody in Indiana loves. I don't like
We're
the fucking
probably.
Colts.
Are we closer to Cincinnati than we are?
We are
It's-
closer to
Yeah.
Cincinnati.
Are
like
we?
We're yeah.
Distance-wise,
just barely.
yes.
It's very close.
Just
I
barely.
just-
Well,
Yeah.
geographical distance, we are definitely closer. To
Yeah.
Geographical, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
driving
driving distance, it's about similar.
Well, and I feel like this feels more like Cincinnati than it does Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Around here.
yeah,
At least
and
it's-
like because we're on the river, and so
Yeah,
is
yeah.
Cincinnati.
Well, plus they consider Louisville and Cincinnati sister cities almost.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like
yeah, because I mean, you
Yeah,
ride
no,
a boat, you can
I
go
like
from Louisville
Cincinnati.
to-
I like
Yeah.
Cincinnati.
I do too.
That's
So,
my. That's yeah.
even
fun.
if
I
even
like
if Joey
Cincinnati.
Burrow dips out, I think I'm just gonna be a Bengals fan from this point on because I never really picked a team in football, and I've had 3 teams that I've rooted for in NBA for the years. I started as a Celtics fan for the longest time, and then I became an Atlanta Hawks fan, and now I'm an LA Clippers fan, baby.
Oh my God. Just pick a team.
That's disgusting.
I'm waiting honestly for the NBA. Like I love the Pacers, but I'm waiting for an expansion team, honestly, because I feel like it would be so fun to be the first team, first fan of a team, first couple fans.
Hopefully
of a
they
team.
make it in Louisville.
I mean, there's
They
no,
brought-
It's
Talks
a
back.
consideration.
They brought the talks back. They shut it down, and they're talking about
The
it again.
Louisville River Frogs.
dude.
The
I would-
River
If we had a,
Oh my
if they
God.
brought the River Frogs, I would become a
I would
super.
Every
I would be
single
covered in
game.
frog
Oh
gear.
yeah, no, we
Every
would get
single
we
game.
would both. Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, Louisville used to have a minor league hockey team called the Louisville River Frogs, and their logo was widely referred as one of the worst logos that were ever made.
Oh, and by that it was
It was
the
ugly.
best.
It was the ugliest looking thing I've ever seen. They
Why
are
is
no
it
longer a
that all
team.
of
That's what
old
made it the best.
All of the old Louisville teams always had river in front of an animal name.
Because
Because they aren't that creative.
River frogs.
River frogs, river bats.
Well, they didn't. There were no river cardinals.
We're gonna be the River Rivers.
Oh,
Well, they were
The
the,
river fish.
before they were the Cardinals. They were the Redbirds.
I like.
River Redbirds.
Cardinals.
The
Better.
Redbirds?
They were the Redbirds. Yeah,
That's a dumb name. I'm glad they changed it.
Could have been the River Birds.
I don't like
I don't
that.
mind Redbirds.
Well, that's
Yeah,
what
it's not bad.
that's what
It's
people
just so-
call that's what people call like cardinals in like this area. You call it a cardinal if you see a red bird. There's like other people around the
Yeah.
United States that'll call it a red bird.
Well,
It's a red
also
bird.
because there's other
Cardinal.
Redbirds other than Cardinals.
Yeah, it's
a
just so
it's a
unspecific.
cardinal.
Like, I don't know. That's strange.
But when I look at a red bird, I don't know if it's a cardinal or not. I just assume it's a cardinal.
You
like,
can't
oh,
tell
that
if
bird
it's
is
a
red.
Cardinals look like cardinals. Like they have a.
Well, yeah, but I don't have the greatest sight, and a cardinal's not going to land right in front of my face.
You-
Of-
you're
of
welcome.
course
Lands
I
on your
can
shoulder.
Characteristic one if it's
Hey,
right
you're
there.
you're welcome for that sight thing.
What? Yeah, fuck you
Oh.
for that. Fuck you for
I
that.
thought you
Oh
meant-
yeah, at work, the Tuesday is IT professionals day, and they're doing an appreciation day for our IT department. And so they sent out like this thing for the newsletter that we had to answer some questions just for fun. And one of them was, "What's something people don't know about you?" And initially, I said that I run a podcast, but then I was like, I don't need anybody in my job
Yeah.
watching this. So then I put down the story about you shooting me in the eye. That was my
That's
thing.
funny.
That was a good
That I
one.
was fucking partially blind for a little bit.
That's a good one to use for that.
Nice.
I can't believe it. Why did you know?
Dude, I remember walking the first time after it happened, walking into his house. I felt so bad. I brought like a bunch of candy and I was
We need to explain the story before we get
okay.
there.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so here's the
Candy?
story. So
What are you, like-
Sorry I shot you. Here's a
You're
bag of
You're
candy.
like a shitty uncle.
Oh, I remember the candy. It was a
Here's
big,
some candy,
long, fucking
kid.
candy snake. I remember it.
Yeah.
And I thought it was cool as shit. I was like, yo, what is this?
Forgiven.
I immediately, yeah. It worked. Smart kid. Yeah, go ahead and tell the story.
That's mad funny.
He's gonna defend himself in this.
so basically how it went down.
We were 10.
We were 10 years old.
Oh.
This was like the time when like Call of Duty like 4 was like at its peak.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So like the original of the new, I call it the new age Call of Duties, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when that was at its peak, we were going around playing with like toy guns and shit, right? So
Nerf guns.
Nerf guns. Nerf guns. We would take
Non-dangerous Nerf guns.
No
we
biggie.
would take the BB
No
guns
biggie.
outside every once in a while and try to shoot like some trees and stuff, you know.
Sure, as any growing boy does.
We shoot shit.
We shoot.
We
shit.
shoot
fun.
things.
Especially,
Sure.
fun.
You know, especially living out
Still
here.
fun to shoot.
We all had
cannons.
BB
It's
guns
fun.
growing up. Yeah.
Fun time.
So
Fun times.
So we're out there and we come inside and we're hanging out a little bit and then we're like replaying one of the scenes in his bedroom from
what?
From Call of Duty.
Oh.
All gillied up. Everybody knows all gillied
Not-
up.
Jordan,
Yeah.
we're 10 years old.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
he's
Get your
not talking
mind
about
out of the-
Stagnetti's Revenge here.
It was
the
a week
way
ago.
the way you just started the.
Get your mind out of the fucking gutter.
Oh no.
We were children.
We were children.
Back to the child
Back
story.
to the back to the children.
So I pulled the BB gun up, right? The Red Ryder, you know, if it could be any gun, it was gonna be that gun.
Had
The
to be
Red
badass.
Ryder.
It had to be the Red Rider.
Pulled it up, pulled it at the hip, and I pulled the trigger, thinking that it wasn't loaded, like it wasn't cocked or anything. And then I heard the spring, and I was like,
Oh.
"Oh shit!" And then
It felt like a cannonball hit me in the fucking face.
Oh my
next
god.
thing I know,
dude.
I'm like in shock, and I see LT like go like this, his back hits the wall behind him, and he slides down, and I'm like,
Like it's like a movie.
just-
Like a,
Oh my god,
I'm
bro.
like, what did I just do? What did I just do? And then he's like, go get my mom. Go get my mom. Go get my mom. And I'm like,
I went in the bathroom and I had my hand over my eye ever since it got hit, and then I look and all I see is just blood. The whole eye is blood. And it's like coming out of my eyes. It's like I'm crying blood. I was like, oh shit, this is bad.
Yeah.
And then my mom was like, my mom thought John was kidding. She was like, what are you all talking about? And just walks back there thinking it's a joke. And then I have my hand over my eye and she's like, what's going on? And I do this and she goes, she's like, Brian, start the car. We're going to the hospital.
Brian, we gotta go save our son's sight.
Lucas is dying.
I was so
Retinas work.
scared. I was like, oh my gosh, like I just like what did I
killed
just
him.
do? Like I'm like freaking out.
I
You know,
bet.
10-year-old self, you're like, what did I just do?
I didn't
Yeah.
even know that it was a BB or a BB gun until I got out of the hospital. I had no fucking idea what it was because we didn't talk. Like, we were both in shock. We made eye contact with my one good eye, and that's all I remember is, like, I don't remember, like, talking about it.
I don't even remember like how I got home. I'm assuming my mom came and
Well,
got me.
the
but
story
some-
that I'm told, because I don't remember a ton of it, is, like, that my sister was older, so she could stay here with you, and she stayed here with you while they took me to the hospital.
Okay.
We should make a video replaying that memory.
Oh, my
Yeah.
Then me and Brandon can play Marcy and Brian.
Well, they argued all the way to the hospital. Like, my dad was, like, trying to get there, and she's like, she basically said, I want to get there, but I want to get there alive. My dad was, like, swerving in and out of traffic and shit.
I mean, that's a valid reason,
Yeah,
though. Like,
well,
your son's sight.
You know how they fucking... I'm, like, freaking the fuck out, and I'm, like... I'm in shock still. And you know when you go into the emergency room, they sit you down and ask you a bunch of questions and shit?
Yeah.
I'm like, my eye is fucking bleeding. I don't want to deal with these questions. And they sit me down, and one of the questions they ask is, do you feel safe at home? And I'm in shock, so I'm like, I just pause for a second. My mom nudges me. She's like, say you feel safe. 'Cause she's like, they're probably going to think I did this.
Okay.
And yeah, I went back in that room, and the doctor, I was laying like this, and I opened my one good eye, and I looked at the doctor, and he's like, all right, let me see. And he goes like this and pulls it out, and he's like, oh, that's good. And then I see him pulling his fingers away. His fingers are fucking covered in blood, and I'm like, this is bad. Comes back with this big-ass fucking syringe looking thing. Puts a fucking, like, straight up syringe in my eyeball. They had one nurse holding my fucking skull to the bed. And, like, I had to wear a fucking eye patch for, like, I think it was a couple months.
Damn, for real?
I
Yeah,
felt-
bro, I was
You
patchy.
had to wear an
They
eye
called me
patch.
patchy at school.
Did you get bullied because of it?
No, they all thought it was cool as fuck.
Oh, that's
I was
good.
like,
He was like
fucking
That's
tired.
good.
the badass of the class for a few
Well,
weeks.
they gave me a metal one that looked like a cheese grater. And like, cause it like lets light in a little bit, but I was like, Mom, I really want one that's like black and solid, like a fucking pirate.
Imagine if he just took the one that the hospital gave him and he just spray paints it black. So it looks like
Yeah,
It
that's what
worked
you
out
should've
though
done.
because I'm a fucking gamer, and Halo Wars came out that weekend, and I got to stay home from school and just played Halo Wars.
Halo
with one
Wars
eye.
was a fucking incredible game.
With
that was a
one
great
eye,
game. That was a great
killed
game.
that fucking game in like 3 days.
Dude, I'll tell you what though, like on my ride, that was like one of the longest rides home that I've ever had.
Did you go with them?
And my
No, he
mom
went
came
home.
and got me because I was staying with his sister here. Like she was watching me here.
Oh, yeah,
while
yeah,
my
yeah,
mom
yeah,
came
yeah,
and got me, and I was just like I was crying the whole way home. Like I was just
Yeah,
like,
it's
freaking out.
traumatizing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because I
Kid
just shot
in an
shot my
accident.
best friend in the eye,
Mhm.
and I'm like freaking out, and I'm like, LT's never gonna like me again, and we're never gonna be friends again, and all this, and I'm thinking like, oh, this is gonna like ruin our friendship and shit.
Then he brought me a candy snake, and we were all cool.
So I didn't
Yeah, gulp that thing down.
Nice.
I didn't hang out with him for like the longest time because I felt so bad about it.
I feel like it wasn't that long. It was
was a-
until I got my eye patch off. And after that, I feel like we started hanging out.
You
He
had the
paid
eye
his
patch.
penance.
You
Yeah.
had the eye patch because I remember specifically this moment, the moment that I brought the candy to you, okay?
Oh, well, yeah, I still had the eye patch for that.
So when you walk in, I walked in upstairs, okay? Upstairs, front door up there.
I remember
where
that.
you come in the, and so it was your left eye, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I remember LT's sitting on the couch there, watching the TV, and from where like the angle is at the door, all I could see is just his left eye. So he's just got
Taped
the eye
up,
patch.
metal ass eye patch. Yeah.
And I'm like, hey man, and he like,
How you doing?
he just like slowly turns his head. He's like, hey, what's up, dude?
Well, at that point, I didn't give a fuck. I mean, the doctor told me, he's like, you'll see again. At that point, like, after I'd been, because I had to go to eye doctor appointments, like, 4 or 5 times a week for, like, probably, like, 6 months. And once I got to, like, a certain point, he was like, you'll see fine again. He said, you may have some worsening vision, but, like, I mean, your eyes looked like you probably would have had glasses anyways. So
He's like, you were fucked anyway, kid.
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's so funny.
ironically, now it's been so long. I went to the eye doctor a couple months ago. There's still a little blood in the back of my eye. They said that could take like fucking 20 years to go away.
Really?
So I mean, it's coming up like in the next like 5 to 10 years. All the blood will be gone. It doesn't affect anything in there. But now my right eye, because my left eye was so bad for so long, my right eye is now worse than my left. My left was really bad and recovered, but in that time that it was really bad, it made my right eye have to adjust. Now my right eye is in worse shape.
So you're saying you need to get shot again?
In
You
the right
throw
eye.
that
You want me to even that out for you, buddy?
Shot.
Can I, can I say one thing though?
No.
I just want to say
He deserved it.
that shot was from the hip.
It was from the hip. It was
From the hip.
Well, another interesting fact before we move on from the story is that at my graduation party, John and his parents, they gave me a graduation gift.
Do you have it over here?
It's in the closet. It's in the closet, and I will go get it here in a minute. But it is a Red Ryder BB gun with a plate on the back that says, from Deadeye Will.
That's so funny.
Or Deadeye Will and Family or something like
Your
that.
parents are so cool.
That was such a good idea. I love that. That was so cool.
That is a great
This
idea.
is such an interesting graduation gift.
John, you
That
ought to
was
give him an eye
graduation,
patch
wasn't
for his wedding present.
Be like, I'm coming for the other one, bitch.
This is for your right eye.
It's like it's shaped for the right eye, and you're like, this. He's like, this is the wrong eye.
We
And I'm
just
like,
take his eye.
What?
out,
No, it's
and
not.
there we go.
Yeah, just scoop it out with a spoon.
Yeah.
But so I brought the candy back to him, and I was like, I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. And he's just like, it's all right, man. Like, it's okay. Like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Like, I'm fine now. Like,
Chilling.
we're all good. So like, we always say that we think that moment there made us even better friends.
Honestly,
Yeah,
it might have.
how could I
Probably
not be really close friends with the guy that I had that situation happen with? How can I cut him off at that
Yeah.
point? We've shared a bond.
Everyone's gonna think I'm still mad at him. I gotta keep hanging out with him.
Little does he know I've been plotting for the past 14 years of how this is going to go down. I look at those eyes every day and I'm like, how can I get at that?
I'm taking one of them.
You
I'm
notice?
taking-
You notice we've never opened up this closet. I bet there's like a cork board,
Wait, do
pins
you
all
still
over
have-
it, and yarn.
Just
Has it-
a bunch of pictures of you, and
what's
there's a
the
pin through
statute-
all of your left
What's the
eyes.
statute of limitation on road signs
Road signs?
and
What do you mean?
cones and all that?
What?
Oh, what do you mean statute of limitations?
Because weren't they?
Oh, they're all still in there, yeah. We had, okay, so now we'll delve into this.
Savage.
The Savage Crew.
Yo.
The gang
Wee.
of boys.
Oh man.
Juveniles.
Of delinquents.
Juvenile delinquents.
If anyone
The local
remembers the
delinquents.
Savage Crew, anyone that we went to school with that was part of the Savage Crew, or an honorable mention of the Savage
it's
That
Crew,
was a
been-
legendary.
Drop
It's been
comment.
5 years
Drop
now.
a comment. We would like to have the Savage Crew members. on.
Oh man. Jonesy, get Greg out here.
Greg. I would love to have Greg on the podcast. Shout out, Greg.
I think
We
Greg would
love
have a
Greg.
phenomenal time on this podcast.
Greg
I think we'll
would.
make that happen.
Greg
so
would.
Greg
We could-
actually
we
got
could-
one of the best things for the Savage Crew, but
We
I
could-
won't specify which one it is. But all the things that we took, our thing was that we would just randomly take monotonous things from places.
Yeah.
We would just take them.
Mementos,
It
yeah.
started out with, it was a brick from the Silver Creek bullpen.
It started out with one of those little table things, like the table numbers, table marker thing.
Oh, with DQ.
Yeah, DQ.
I have like 10 of those.
we hit,
Oh my
we hit
God.
DQ like a shit ton.
If we
There's
ever
a
got
there's
number,
a
we just-
you had a napkin dispenser in your
Yeah.
room for the longest time from DQ.
I actually
still have that.
earlier this year. I actually used the last napkin from that. I tried
Are
to use
you
them as
kidding
little as
me?
possible.
They were
That was
were
from
still
high school.
They were
That was from
It
high
was
school.
6 years ago. 6 years ago is when we took that thing.
Jeez, man.
So we took the DQ little cones, and then everybody wanted to one up each other. So everybody was going for the next big thing. We took an El Nepal menu, and we all wrote our names on it. We were
yeah.
playing Silver Creek, and something happened, and they took a brick from their bullpen, and we all wrote our names on it. That I'm pretty sure that one's still in my closet.
Why did we sign it?
You have the
Why did we-
tray from Polly's.
the
the-
tray from
the
Polly's that we wrote our
trays.
names on?
And you drew like Savage Crew on it.
Yeah, and we got a construction cone from a construction site, a big fucking tall one, and then the best one is Greg. Greg shows up here one day. And this is like after the Savage Crew stuff has kind of died down a little bit. We're not taking stuff as much anymore.
Yeah.
Greg shows up here. He's walking up the driveway with one of these fucking signs off the side of the road. I think it's like I'd have to look at it, but I think it's like a sharp turn sign.
Yeah.
And he's just dragging it down the driveway. He's like, I
nuts.
got this for
Bro
you.
is nuts. He said he ripped it out of the ground barehanded. Bare fucking handed by himself.
Can we-
Bro is stacked.
If I send you this picture, can you pop that picture up
We'll
on the
pop-
video?
what We'll pop it up.
which
We'll
is-
pop it up.
No, should we? Let's not dox.
No,
let's
no.
not. No, let's not. Let's
That's not doxing them. What are you talking about?
We don't want to be just sharing pictures of people without asking them and shit. Like, that's our friends, bro. Like,
Yeah. I
I
wanna-
think
I
you're
wouldn't-
thinking too seriously of the
I mean,
situation.
yeah.
I don't think they would care, but I do
I don't
think that
know.
would be, you know.
Yeah.
I think you're overthinking it a little bit. I
Well,
gotta say.
Disagreement.
I do want to ask though, Jordan, were you not part of the Savage Crew back then?
I was not. That was whenever I was cuffed up with one of my ex-girlfriends, and
Oh.
I was cuffed up too, but
but I could.
Yeah,
I
but your
couldn't hang out
cuffed
with
up
the
was a
boys
bit
back
different, big dog.
I was
We still
cuffed
had
up,
you on
but I did my own
Fridays.
thing still.
then. Yeah.
We still had you on Fridays.
Fridays. Yeah.
Or wait,
Fridays
was
were
it
the day
Saturday?
night.
Which night?
It was
'Cause-
Fridays. Fridays were for the boys.
and then Saturday night, sometimes you weren't with her. You'd have game night with your uncle.
No, it was
We-
never Saturday.
Was
night.
game nights Fridays?
If I did game night with my uncle, it was Friday nights, and they would always give me so much shit because I'm hanging out with my uncle. They thought it was so funny. I never really understood.
You
it.
and all your uncles would just get together and all
Dude,
just
we play
game all
cards.
night together.
We play cards.
Dude, if my uncles lived
Yeah.
around here, oh hell yeah, you know, like
That sounds lit.
Ken, Charlie, Fred.
Fred. Yo,
Dude, Fred.
he's a cool uncle.
couple months ago when we had the pig roast, Fred was staying with me. Man, I'll tell you what, he's fun sometimes, but man, sometimes he can really just piss you off. Like
Fred? How can
Fred.
He piss you off?
Fred?
Okay, so
I can
so,
see it.
So okay, he wears like those dad 3000s, right? Like the man sandals. Right?
Yeah.
So he was out cooking the pig, and there's like some fresh gravel in there, like the real fine gravel, right? Well, he got a shit ton of it in his shoes apparently. So when he comes inside, he sits on the couch. He literally takes his shoe off and goes. And dumps it on my fucking floor in my living room, and I'm like,
Hey, Fred.
Fred,
You gonna
come
pick
on,
that shit
bro.
up, huh?
Come on,
he's
Fred.
like, hey John, you got like a broom or anything? I spilled some rocks here,
I spilled my sandals.
and I'm like, I'll take care of it, Fred.
Bro.
I'll take care of it. So I just swept it up real quick, and I was just like, it was like it's one of those. It's like
You swept up your uncle's sandal dust for him?
you know. Well, I mean,
Did you taste it?
What did it smell like? How long had it been sitting in there? marinating.
Dude, so he's
with his toe fungus.
it was probably
Who let them dogs out, bro?
Roof.
like there was
Like
probably
rub.
rocks in there for I would say a good 16 hours.
Jesus Christ.
He had rocks in his shoes for 16 hours.
You got to think about it. You got to think about it. We stay up Friday night all night
He
to
didn't-
cook the pig.
He never
And
thought,
Fred.
oh, I have a broom load full of rocks in my shoes. I need to clear this out.
It's Fred. It's Fred we're talking about.
That's
Like,
fair.
I just
Freddy
can't
boy.
think of the thought process of, oh, I got some rocks in my shoe. I better dump these on the ground before they hurt my foot too much more.
Dump it
What
on the
happens? Did he
ground.
not think about when he takes his shoes off and then he just steps on the rocks again?
Well, whatever, right when he like dumped him out, that's when he was like, "Hey, you got a broom?" So like it was like we cleaned it up immediately. Okay.
Well, I'm
And-
glad he just told you about it.
I guarantee that if I would have been like, "Yeah, here's a broom," he would have literally sat on the couch just like this, just sweeping it from the couch. Like
Well, yeah, he's
a
older. You
couch
don't want him
potato.
to bend over.
he would have tried, but then he would have been like, I got a little bit of it. You mind to get the rest of it?" Like there would have been spots that he would have.
Hey,
absolutely
John, I
missed.
can't reach those rocks over there. Can you sweep those up for me?
Shut up, Fred.
What a cool
man.
guy. He's so
Shut up,
nice. He's such a
Fred.
nice
What a
guy.
fucking
That pig
guy.
roast was great.
It was great.
They're always fun.
It was.
Yeah, I love the pig roast.
Dude, I'll tell you what,
kidding
I
me?
took so many Vegas bombs that night. Like, so many Vegas bombs.
You were giving him out like candy. I had a couple from you.
Dude, we went through a whole
And
12
that
pack of
hose-
Red Bull and almost
What?
the whole is it what's the
hose-
size of the big like
The
liquor
half,
jars?
A handle.
Yeah,
Half
handle,
gallon.
Yeah.
Like we went through almost a whole handle of that.
Yeah,
It was
that was a sloppy night.
we fucked that bottle up.
Of the
dude.
what, the Jose?
No, of the
Oh,
well, it was Jose
Because we
too.
had the Jose too, and that was
You know that bottle?
I was
I
back
have that
and
bottle
forth.
sitting. I found that bottle the next day empty, sitting like right by the toilet in my bathroom.
the Jose.
I think it was Jose. There's tequila, some kind of
Yeah.
tequila, right? There's some kind of tequila, and I'm like, I'm gonna keep this in the bathroom because that's kind of badass. So I just got it sitting in the bathroom there. It's right next to the
Dope.
trash can. Yeah,
Huh.
it's like a trophy. It's like a trophy.
For the shitter.
Yeah.
No, that
Trophy
makes
for the
sense.
shatter.
See, you understand. You understand where I'm coming from.
No, I get it. Y'all might not, because y'all ain't cultured like me and John.
Yeah,
I
ain't got
guess.
that
I guess that's
culture.
what it
I
is.
got
Do you
no
not remember
culture.
what-
It's bohemian.
Do you not remember what my decoration was above all my cabinets in that house?
Liquor
For a long
bottle.
time, it was just empty liquor bottles.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a giant graveyard.
How's your sink looking, John?
My sink. Which
Yeah.
sink? There's 2 sinks in that house.
You know the sink I'm talking about, John. How's it looking, bro?
Oh, there's no dirty dishes in it
That's
right
good.
now.
Well,
That's
that
good.
his sink got fucked up whenever his water was off. Whenever the pipe busted.
Oh, okay.
which
I know.
I still don't have hot water to the kitchen.
Damn, really?
Really?
Really, I have cold water to the kitchen.
Yeah, that's good at least.
So-
Fair enough.
Put a lighter on it, it'll be alright.
Yeah, just set the
Yeah.
water on fire. You know,
Just
this,
boil
Just
it.
boil some water.
Yeah.
Boil it.
now
boil
this,
it.
Boil
this
out,
fall,
broil it.
this fall, my plan is I'm gonna go down and replace all the pipe with PEX. That way it won't. That way it'll expand and contract like with the weather.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna replace it all with PEX. That way, I'm doing it in the fall because I don't want to get down there when it's blazing freaking hot, and there's not air that moves under there really well. So I don't want to get like all like feeling bad down there. I can live with just cold water in the kitchen
You
for
don't
right now.
want to get it all
Fair enough.
domed up.
So,
Fair enough.
So I got a funny story.
Lay it on us.
It's a little off topic.
Lay it
but,
on
me.
everybody that has watched the podcast knows the ongoing podcast joke started by our man Brandon Keebler. It's
Which one?
The Dances with Wolves and the Avatar 2 and all that. We mention that in damn near every podcast. So this story,
Name,
this past episode that I released last week, we did talk about the Dances with Wolves.
Slightly, a couple times.
And I was in here editing. I came home from work, got a beer, sat up there with my dad for a second, drank the beer, and then I came down here.
Drink said beer.
I drank said beer, and I came down here. I told him, I was like, I'm going to go edit the podcast. I was like, you can come down and hang out if you want. I'm getting ahead of myself. I did not say that at that point. He came down and knocked on the door, leaned in, And he's like, what are you doing? I said, editing the podcast. I said, you can sit in here if you want. And he said, okay. Sits down and he said, so in this newest episode of the podcast, you don't fucking talk about that Dances with Wolves shit again, do you? I was like, we do. That's our ongoing joke. He said, that's the dumbest shit I ever heard.
He's
So
right,
this one's
too.
for you, B-Ryan.
He's right.
This episode of the podcast is very derivative of something called Dances with Wolves.
Does Brian watch the podcast?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, of course
yeah.
he did.
Oh,
Of
I
course
figured he did.
Yeah.
How about we just agree for Brian's and mine's sake? We until Avatar 2 comes out, we table the topic.
Table it.
We table it.
Table it until
December.
inevitably
Until
it
December.
comes up again.
Well, because we're taking a group field trip to go watch Avatar 2.
Oh God,
The fuck we are.
Oh,
What do you mean the fuck?
I'm
we
gonna call
are?
in sick that
I'm
day.
gonna drive. You all are gonna get wasted, and then we'll see who makes it through the whole movie.
Okay, I can do that.
I'll go there drunk
I'm
as
down
fuck. That'd be
with
fun.
I can do that.
Can we
Yeah.
do like a vlog while we're doing it?
Yeah,
like,
of course. We'll live stream it if we. Well, we probably can't.
We can't live stream the movie.
You can't live stream.
We're gonna
We can
live stream our
being in
reaction.
live.
Highly
We bring lawn
illegal.
chairs and
a
shit.
fine of
No,
$100,000.
the camera's facing away from the screens, and we're gonna just mute. We're gonna mute the audio footage. It's just
So we'll take a
it's just
little.
raw
We'll
video.
take a little rack thing that we'll put on the chair in front of us, and we'll put all of our cell phones there and hit record and just sit there. And we're all just gonna be sitting there like this, and Brandon's just gonna. And amazed.
Oh, yeah.
my God.
Thank you, James Cameron.
Dude. Oh. But
You
that
know,
one
if
I
I
had
could
to bring
go-
up for that one for
it-
B-Rye.
Yeah, no, we're done with that until December, until Avatar 2 comes out.
Hey, y'all watch anything good lately?
Rings of Power, bro.
Rings of Power.
I'm still waiting to watch that one just until all the episodes come
Bingeable.
out. Yeah, I want to binge it.
House of the Dragon is actually pretty fucking good.
Pretty good. Same
The
deal
only
there.
thing I don't like about it, and it's not a spoiler at all, is they use the same theme music
From
Really?
from
Game of-
Game of Thrones.
Really?
Same exact theme.
I figured it would be similar, but at least like something
a
different.
little different.
Yeah.
You would think no, it's the exact same.
That's
Huh.
so
And
weird.
in the first episode, they didn't do the title, and then at the end with the credits, they run that, and I'm like, oh, that's a cool little thing. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, that's Game of Thrones, and then I was like excited to see the new intro, like, because Game of Thrones intro music and the intro itself is iconic. It's so fucking
Yeah,
good.
Sure.
And then they just reused it. I'm like, nah, could do better than that.
Yeah.
This seemed a little lazy, but I gotta say, it shames me to say it, but because I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan, Rings of Power blows House of the Dragon out of the fucking water.
I believe that.
It's so
Yeah.
it's such a massive scale show. Like I think Game of Thrones really perfected the idea of not having a main character, and I think Rings of Power is kind of trying to do that, and they do it so well. I don't think it's better than Game of Thrones because I mean it's still the first season. There's only 4 episodes out.
Sure.
But like House of the Dragon is coming out at the same pace as Rings of Power, and I can tell you that I sincerely think that Rings of Power is much better than House of the Dragon.
Rings of Power is on Prime, isn't it?
Yep.
All right, that's what I thought. I'm actually might watch that when I get home today.
Yeah, I was gonna
I've been
say.
meaning to watch that. That's the whole reason why I even
We
I
could do a
watched the.
group watch at Stilgers.
Oh, I can't tonight.
He's like, oh, I got this thing.
Yeah, I got this thing with
I
Aaron
gotta
Rodgers
take
tonight.
my dog's
Well,
getting
where's
an
Packers playing tonight?
investment
Tonight.
account.
They got the Sunday night game.
Oh, okay.
8:20 or whatever.
Yeah, I've been watching that a lot. I just finished my rewatch of Sopranos.
Oh,
Still need to watch that.
The ending is so good.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it just for the
Don't.
fact of I think Jordan will definitely
Don't even
like that
say
show.
anything about
If
it.
you like Peaky Blinders, I
Don't
think
say anything
Sopranos
about
is
it.
just better.
I think The Sopranos ending is one of, if not the greatest endings in television
You know,
history.
that's not universally believed. There
Oh,
are
I know. So a lot of people
online
hate
that
it.
Hate the ending.
Hate it.
There's a thing that everybody criticizes every HBO show for their ending, like The Wire,
Breaking Bad.
Sopranos. Well, that's not an HBO show, but
Wait, who did break?
AMC.
Oh, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
I always thought that was HBO for some reason.
So HBO did the main ones that people have problems with the ending is Sopranos,
With The Wire.
Watchmen, what's another one? That Gunpowder show that came out. It was a limited series. And then Game of Thrones, obviously. Hopefully House of the Dragon doesn't follow suit. But House of the Dragon has some really weird shit in it.
Cool.
Not in a good way.
Like off-putting shit?
A little off-putting. So, like, there's not really any spoilers here, but the main actress in it, which is kind of the main character right now in the show, she is being portrayed as like a 14-year-old girl. She's really our age, but she looks very young. And they're kind of leaning towards some like sexual things with her.
Oh,
but
that's
she's being
weird.
portrayed as a child,
Yeah,
which
that's-
legally she could be buck ass naked on the show, and it's
but
legal.
That's mad weird.
But it's weird,
Yeah,
and
that's mad
and I
weird.
just think about it every time I watch Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon. You have it in the back of your mind, like George R. R. Martin's a weirdo motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
He is so fucking weird.
Well, you can tell that just by looking at him, though.
Well,
Like-
there's legitimately. I can't
Yeah,
talk
don't
about that. I don't
spoil-
want to
don't
spoil it. I
spoil
don't
it,
want to spoil
but-
it. But yeah, there's some
No,
really
that's mad weird.
There's
That's
some weird
mad weird.
off-putting stuff about it. But Rings of Power is really fucking good. And what else have I been watching? I've been rewatching Workaholics.
Nice.
Workaholics is a really funny show.
I have been too.
I love that
That's
show.
such a good show.
John,
Such a good show.
have you? We were talking about this earlier, Portlandia, because it's kind of in the same vein as Workaholics. John, have you seen Portlandia?
I have not. I've never.
I feel
heard of
like
that.
you would really love that show.
Portlandia.
It's a whole show. It's Fred Aniston. They're just making fun of Portland, Oregon. The whole show.
What's it comparable to? Because I've never really seen
It's
too much
kind
of
of
that show at all.
like kind of. I mean, I don't. Kind of Workaholics would be the most comparable one to it for
Really?
me. Yeah. It's like
I've
all
heard some
kind of,
stuff about
but it's
it.
kind of like skit driven almost. Like it's a weird show.
Did you all see that?
Skit driven, as in like kind of like.
Like different set, like different. Like it
Like-
doesn't follow a story or anything really. It's
So it's not specifically skit like what's that one show?
I think you should leave.
Yeah, I think you should leave or Key and Peele. It's not only skits, right? Or is it?
it's kind of like that. I think if I remember correctly. Yeah.
See, those are really easy to watch because I'm someone who my mind is always like just bouncing around. So like
Yeah.
just watching short skits like that, great for me.
Yeah.
Give it a try.
Timberlake, you seen I Think You Should Leave?
Great.
It
show.
is one of the funniest
Have
shows
you all
I've
heard
ever
about
seen.
Atlanta? That what they just said about Atlanta? That this next season is the last season.
I need
Yeah.
to catch up.
I saw
Really
that,
too.
that was the thing, and I was like, I might watch it if it ends after 4 seasons.
It's gonna be something
I
crazy.
think that
It
I
has
think
to.
that is a good digestible amount of a TV show.
I think there's nothing wrong with ending a show after 4 seasons.
No, not at all.
Forgot to mention this of what I've been watching. I've been rewatching the Lord of the Rings movies.
Same.
Oh,
We just watched the first one the other day.
dude,
I
they're
just watched the
amazing.
first one.
They're so fucking good.
They're just so damn long though.
And he
They're
complains.
so
I told him to
long.
watch the extended cut. He won't do it.
You
Dude,
gotta watch
no.
the extended.
I
No,
wanted-
that's what I said.
What are
yeah.
you all
It's
doing
already
Wednesday
too
night?
fucking long.
This Wednesday night
Probably at
at
practice.
7:00 at the Escape Theater in Jeffersonville in the big 3-story tall 70-foot wide screen. They're doing the Two Towers extended edition.
Which one is that? Is
Oh,
it
that got
second
John.
one.
That got John full chub
trying
after
to go?
hearing that.
You trying to go? You trying
Oh
to
my
go?
god!
I tried to get
How
people
much
to go
is
with
it?
me to the
How much is
fellowship.
it?
It's like $10.
Oh, bet. Yeah, I'm
Dude,
in.
okay, let
I'm in.
me see if
so in.
let me see if my boss can cover me on Wednesday night. If so, then I will 100% be there.
Yeah.
The fellowship, I watched that and I tried to get people to go with me to see the fellowship.
It sounds lit.
I didn't mention it to you all. I should have, and I forgot.
I'm surprised you didn't ask me.
Yeah,
I'm
John's the biggest
surprised
Lord of
as
the
well.
Rings
John's the
fan
Lord
we
of the
know.
Ring nerd of the room.
But I would really like to go, but I did not want to go by myself.
That's fair. No one wants to be that guy at the movie
Yeah,
theater.
yeah.
I don't want to be the guy taking up the one seat that's like now people can't sit next to each
Because
other.
you know
Yeah.
what other
I'm the
people
one
are
guy.
thinking about him. You know, he's
Yeah.
probably in there playing in the popcorn
Yeah.
a little too much, you know?
Poking the hole in the bottom of the popcorn.
Yeah,
like the
bro.
Pornos.
You know,
The guy just keeps offering everyone popcorn.
he's in
for
there
some
having a
reason.
date with Pamela Henderson, you know?
So, I First of all, they've got the reclining seats, the cup holders, the 3-story tall screen, and the 70-foot wide thing.
Alcohol.
We going or what? We could
Wait,
if we
is
do that.
there
We
alcohol? Is there alcohol?
could, yeah, they sell alcohol there.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Yeah, it is.
Is it like the club? Imagine a
get litty
club, but
like
it's
the
a movie
club.
theater too. Tell me you
Well,
wouldn't go.
I'm just gonna tell you now.
I would not.
It is
don't like
almost
movie
a
theaters.
4-hour
But
cut
it's
of
mixed
the
with the
film,
club.
so we would not get out
don't
till
like club.
nearly 11 o'clock on Wednesday night.
I don't work on Thursday, so
Me neither.
I do,
Yeah.
but I work from home, so I can be a little tired.
this is the planning our week segment.
Our next segment. What are we doing this week?
Tell us about your detailed plans.
Keeb, do you remember that time that we were very inebriated one time and we watched The Gladiator 2 times in a row? we sat
We
here.
watched
Two
it
times in a
twice in a
row.
row.
Yeah, we were really fucked up and we just sat here, we watched it, and you were like, damn. Because I think you hadn't seen it before, maybe?
Yeah, I hadn't seen it before.
So we watched The Gladiator, and he was like, damn, that was so fucking good. I'd watch it again, bro. It was that good. And I was like, I mean, we ain't doing nothing. You'll watch it again? So we watched it literally twice back to back.
Oh, it's such a good movie.
It really is.
It's an incredible movie.
I saw it for the first time like maybe a few months ago.
Really,
So
Yeah,
good.
it's a
Time is
great
classic.
movie.
it's a classic.
Honestly, I'm gonna watch that when I get home.
It's very good. It's a good chill watch.
It's been so
Yeah.
long since I've seen it.
Russell Crowe.
Gladiators as a concept is super crazy. Like, it used to be normal.
Yeah, well, we've got
Yeah.
the UFC now. But
We have UFC and football now.
in the
That's our
return-
modern day gladiators.
Bro, I asked people before at my last job if they did the Gladiator shit again, would they watch it? And they were like, no, that's so barbaric. I'm like,
Yeah.
I would pay pay-per-view money every month to
I
watch
don't know.
Gladiator fights.
Blood sports, we phased those out a while ago.
I don't-
I don't know if I'd
don't
watch it.
know.
You wouldn't watch it.
No.
Probably not. Probably
If I was
not.
around during that time,
I mean, maybe.
if I was
but-
around whenever that was
is
normal, I
barbaric.
would have 100%. I would have been there every match.
Right. We have
It's Friday night fight night.
CGI and shit now.
Okay,
we don't
so
need to actually
you
kill
would-
anybody.
It's hard for me to say if I would or if I
Okay,
wouldn't.
say there's two people that are put to death. They're going to be put to death, so they just fucking fight it out to
That's
get life
not-
in prison.
You
rather
take
than-
That's
two death
so
row
cruel,
inmates.
That's so cruel.
Honestly-
I wouldn't be. I would.
That's wild. That is
I
a
don't-
wild thing to
There's
do.
There's a
That
good
sounds
chance that
cruel
one
and
of the
unusual
two of them-
punishment right there.
There's a good chance that one of the two of them would say, "Nah, bro, you go ahead and kill me because I'm not spending the rest of my life in prison. I'd rather die." I think there's a
mean-
good chance of that.
Wait, so
well,
what's the
I'm here to watch
scenario?
If it's two death row inmates, one of them, the winner gets life in prison, and the loser obviously gets death. I mean, hell.
I don't want to. I don't know. That's.
I mean, I don't think they would want to spend life in prison.
Is it just barehanded?
Swords.
They have pocket
Gladiator
knives.
swords, bro.
They have pocket knives.
They have butterflies.
Now that
They
see,
have butterfly
see,
knives.
you all are
Oh,
making
yeah.
it more barbaric than it is. A nice stab wound right through the tummy, and that's it.
That's You've never seen anybody stabbed in real life. If you did, you'd probably think, "Oh, it's
I've seen
barbaric." It's not the
I
same.
ran the gauntlet, bro.
So
I've seen things.
Oh, I ran the gauntlet.
I like how he's giving me a pussy voice, but he's so scared of fucking
Okay,
blood.
honestly,
Oh, I'm not. I've seen, all of the
I
cartel videos.
stubbed my
and
toe
what
one
have
time
you.
and my toe started bleeding.
Listen, I ate a bowl of nails for breakfast this morning.
Yeah.
with
No,
that ain't milk.
no milk.
See, okay.
Brandon's the type of guy he fucking gets a little paper cut on it. I need steak cheese. I need steak cheese.
Yes, sir.
Now, okay,
Yes, sir.
on the point of paper cuts, did you know that it's actually a proven fact that paper cuts hurt worse than a knife slice? It seriously
What?
is.
That's
And
not
there's-
fucking true
Then
at all.
there's
getting
a scientific.
stabbed?
No. Listen up. There's a
That's not true
scientific.
at
I
all.
don't know, John.
A slice wound, not a stab wound.
A
don't-
slice.
So there's a scientific reason behind it. The reasoning is whenever a knife would cut your hand or cut your finger or something, it's a clean cut. Okay, there's no like bacteria or anything on it. But paper will leave behind residue of the paper that'll be inside the wound that irritate it, and it leaves oils and little like shards of paper in the
Okay,
wound.
I thought you were talking about the initial cut. bacteria is not going to affect the initial slice. You're not going to feel the fuck, that cut had some bacteria in it.
I still don't. I would rather take a
I
paper
felt the
cut.
bacteria on that one.
I would still rather take a paper cut than be sliced.
Oh,
I was gonna.
I just kicked that. Whoopsies.
Damn it, Alex.
I was wondering what
our
just
sound
happened.
Back on.
We had no
What-
sound for
what
It never
we-
turned. I think it was just in the in-use.
Okay,
I kicked
okay.
I kicked the on.
I was very worried.
He turned the transmitter off.
He didn't like what I was saying, so he just turned the whole thing. He rage quit
Fuck
on
it.
me. He's like,
Podcast.
Podcast
No, but-
over.
You all do your research on Google, or if you want to try it out, scientific.
I'm just gonna go ahead and
No,
say I've
go
been
cut
cut
when
by
they
a knife. I've
volunteer
been cut by
information,
paper, and the knife
it's
hurts
their
way
job
fucking
to
worse.
prove it, John.
Go cut your finger with a knife, and then cut another finger with paper. Tell me which one
I
hurts.
literally just said that the knife hurts worse.
Nope.
Honestly,
Box
I've
cutter.
cut.
I got cut with a
Yeah.
fucking box cutter, damn near in the same place that I got a fucking paper cut or
Oh, yeah.
a cardboard cut the week before.
Yeah, I got cut with an
Cardboard.
X-Acto knife. From
Cardboard is no different than fucking paper.
Wait,
You knew
cardboard.
you knew what you were doing if you said cardboard like that.
cardboard
You knew that was gonna get him instantly hot.
yeah, bro.
Instantly
What?
Cardboard.
Cardboard.
No, but what were you gonna say?
Oh, I think I agree with you. There was one time I was cutting meat whenever I was working with my grandparents with the catering stuff, and I cut my thumb real bad. It didn't hurt that bad. It just bled a lot, but like it definitely didn't hurt as bad as like a paper cut.
What?
Yeah.
When I got cut by the X-Acto knife in ceramics class from Coda. Have I told you all about that?
Keep going. I don't remember that.
Have I told you all?
No.
So we were.
I bet Hanky was hot.
Yeah, he was pissed. Well, I took the blame for Coda. So we were sitting in ceramics class, and we had X-Acto knives. And Coda was to stabbing me, like he was pretending to stab me, right? And so I actually just moved my hand to where he would have stabbed me, and lo and behold, he stabbed the fuck out of me. Like I still have the scar right here. So he like stabs me with the X-Acto knife, and I stand up, and I'm profusely bleeding out of my hand.
Yeah, because those things are so like
Very sharp, very sharp. My shit was split open, like almost down to my knuckle. And I was like, this is not good. And Coda was fucking freaking out. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I was like, dude, it's all good. So I go to Mr. Hanky. I'm like, Hanky, I dropped my X-Acto knife. I'm like, I cut my hand, Mr. Hanky. He's like, you dropped your X-Acto knife. I'm like, yeah, I gotta go to the nurse. So he sends me up there, and I guess, they cleaned it up. It was fine. But point of the story is, that X-Acto knife hurt worse than any paper cut I've ever had.
the worst cut.
See, but there's
That's a stab,
It
though.
was a
That's not a
stab,
cut.
not a slice. It was a stab.
That's
a lot deeper.
on its way down because he dropped he hit me with the X-Acto knife, and I was going like this, and it went. Shh.
That's a puncture wound though. That's not like a cut.
I truly don't understand how you all are dying on this hill.
I'm not dying on the hill.
I'm
I'm
not
just
dying
saying.
on it either. I think it's
Fucking
interesting.
Just that I just.
It's scientific. There's
just saying.
science behind it.
Where?
There's bacteria in the cut. When you first get
Well,
cut,
plus
you feel the
paper-
bacteria. It's more painful.
Paper.
Leaves behind residue.
I'm not even
in the
worried
wound.
about the
not
residue.
talking
I'm
about the
talking about.
infection. I'm talking about
You don't
the
think an
instance that it
X-Acto
was
knife
cut.
that Coda was using to cut clay with?
Yeah, but it's
like-
sharper. It's sharper. Paper is
Yeah,
like gritty.
Paper is
it
gritty.
like
Paper's
I
very
understand that
gritty.
it's gritty, but we are talking about the initial cut, how it feels when it is slicing through your skin.
Right, I'm
not,
taking the
not
knife.
the infections
I'm taking the knife.
afterwards, not the redness, not
the
the
same paper.
irritation.
Whoa.
Have you ever been cut
Yeah,
with
have
a
you
fucking
ever been
knife?
stabbed
yes,
before?
Yes, I've got a scar.
it's
right
not
there
a
from it.
stab wound.
Well,
It's
it's the
it's not
same
a-
sort
that-
of
that is an
thing.
entirely
It's the same
different
sort of
thing.
thing. It's the same sort of
no,
thing.
it's not.
Y'all are crazy.
It's John, if I understand correctly, it means like the same cut like size.
So
like
a slice
like
by a
paper
knife and a slice by a paper. You're saying that the paper's gonna hurt worse.
Yes.
Bullshit.
I'm on the entire.
Bullshit.
I'm on as
No.
far
You
guys
the
are
opposite
dumb.
side
Yeah.
as
You
possible.
guys
No
are
way.
dumb.
big dummies.
All I've
I have
heard
been
in
sliced with a
justification
knife before. It
the only
hurts.
justification I've heard from either of you two is there's bacteria.
I never said fucking
Science.
I'm
bacteria.
not saying it might not get infected
A
with the
knife is
paper
actually
cut.
sharpened and it's smooth. It's cleaner.
it,
It's a
though?
cleaner cut. If there's like a little bitty cut, like I'm not talking a slice. I think that was what screwed it all up in the first place. Is you said a slice from a knife or a paper cut. Because I think the automatic guess is it's a large slice out of your arm or something.
I see. I see
A
that.
small
That is
cut
not even where I
this
went.
size.
Oh, okay.
A small
well,
cut this size.
that size?
Off the same thing. Either
A knife
or
is
a
gonna
paper
hurt
cut.
way
And paper
worse.
paper is going to hurt worse than a knife.
No.
Yes.
No.
It
Yes, it is. If it's
No.
you guys are dumb.
No.
You guys are dumb.
Nah.
is not
See,
close.
when you can't prove your argument, you resort to calling us dumb. That's what
I
it
did
is.
prove my
The
argument.
scientists have proven it. Scientists have proven it.
Where is your
John,
proof? You're just
John,
saying
John,
it.
Google it.
I've already said my proof. Paper is not a clean cut. That's why it hurts
All right,
worse.
podcast audience, I'm
Okay,
sorry,
we
we're
gotta
delving into
resolve
but
this
we gotta
right here.
resolve it. We got
And you know what? If you all are right, I'll put the egg on my face. We'll see.
I was wondering where that light was coming from.
Oh, yeah, that was kind of freaky. It popped up out of there.
Oh, nobody in the podcast
was
audience.
that?
That's a place where I download things that I probably shouldn't.
First thing that comes up: why are paper cuts so much more painful than being cut by a knife?
That's the title
Look it
of
up.
the fucking
Look it up.
Yeah, keep looking up.
paper cuts versus
Paper cuts by Nirvana.
knife cuts.
First day typing.
Yeah.
Why are paper cuts so much more painful than being?
Okay, that's literally somebody online typing that question up. That has nothing to do with science.
Fact is, a knife makes
Paper
a deep
acts like
wound
a
and
saw
causes
blade and does a
bleeding.
lot more damage to cells and nerve endings. A metal knife makes a clean, straight cut.
But you
Kinda
bleed
sounds a lot
so much
like-
more with a knife.
That
That doesn't mean it
more.
hurts worse.
To me, it does.
It's cleaner, so it gets deeper, but that doesn't mean it's gonna hurt worse.
That doesn't make any sense. The deeper you go, the more nerve endings you hit.
Not necessarily.
This
Yeah,
seems
not
like very
necessarily.
anecdotal evidence.
The deeper you go, the less nerve endings there are.
Let's see a fucking reputable source here.
Not Quora.
Yeah, Quora is definitely
Not
not
Quora.
reputable. Okay, Physics of Illinois.
Okay, University of
University
This is a
of
question
Oh,
asked
Illinois.
by
that's just a.
H16.
It's just a.
It's a forum. It's Jason and Tom, but there's no.
Who's
proof of who
Jason and Tom though?
What do you know? They're
Paper
saying
cuts
exactly
more
what I was
painful
saying.
because Due to the stiff paper, some of it's left behind. No, it's
Son of a bitch.
paper does not get left fucking behind.
Yes,
I
it
mean,
does.
I like how you're saying that,
Residue.
and like you're this scientist. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
In fact, it does,
Hold on,
Mr.
hold on,
Go
Timberlake.
back. Go back. Go
Go
back.
back.
Go
Keep going.
back. Go
Stay
back.
on
Go
there.
back.
this is still a
Scroll
Q&A.
down. It said no. It
Yeah,
says
there was
where.
something else about it.
See, go up, up.
I'll accept
We don't
your
expect
fucking-
paper to hurt us.
Oh my god! Except
Scroll
for
up a little
fucking cookies.
bit. Up a little bit more. Indiana Media.
Found the answer to that question here. IndianaPublicMedia.org. Well, this site seems legit.
It's a .org.
He remembers
That
his
is how it
fifth grade
works, though.
media
No,
literacy
it's not.
class.
There's literally porn sites that are .org, bro.
You would
Name
know.
one.
You would know.
I'm not gonna name them. Are you dumb? You
Sounds to me like sounds to me like there's not any porn
Oh
sites
my
there.
God.
.org. Paper versus
Paper
razor.
versus razor.
With one major difference. A razor blade makes a smooth, clean
You know
incision on the
what?
skin, leaving behind few,
You know
if
what?
any, foreign
It
particles.
is a good
Get the
point.
fuck outta
It is a
here.
good point that it leaves stuff behind. I didn't think
Okay,
about that.
every knife blade is gonna have bacteria on it.
If
I
it's
can
a,
literally
if it's say
pull
a
out
small,
a fucking
if it's
box
say
cutter
like
blade
an
right
inch,
there with gunk all
an
over it.
inch long cut from both. I mean, it's a lot of people
You're gonna
telling
let
us
them
we're.
flip you?
That's not letting them flip me.
Yeah,
I-
because we're right.
yeah,
I
bro.
just
it's-
know from personal
I
experience
have
that
no-
a knife hurts way
I have
fucking
n-
more.
I mean,
I don't know about it.
Imagine if like you use like a sawed, like a tooth knife, and you rubbed that against
Why
your
not?
arm rather than a normal knife. That's gonna hurt a lot worse.
we just need to try it on something or someone.
Maybe you're right.
Scientists said it.
Loser of the picks. Loser of the.
We see what really hurts.
Loser of the
more.
picks has to get paper cuts between their toes.
Oh, no,
Jesus
bro. That's
I
nuts.
am quitting the
Yeah, bro.
podcast.
How
Hey,
much?
guys, I'm
how
going
much
home.
would it
Goodbye,
take? Let me ask
SchmutzCast,
that.
bro.
How
Goodbye,
much
Schmutz.
money would it take to get paper cuts between each toe?
A lot of money.
I'd
Just
rather
one-
take knife
just
cuts
one
because
run?
they don't hurt as
One
bad.
run between each toe. What's your bottom dollar?
Oh,
They weren't even
I don't
listening
know.
to
It's
that.
probably kind of low, honestly. Probably like $30-$40 a swipe.
I'll say it again.
That's
$30-$40
way lower
a
than I
swipe?
would.
Yeah, that's
I
not
would have
bad.
said like
Are you kidding
3 or
me?
4 grand a swipe.
Yeah.
I'm
What?
saying
Dude,
more than
dude.
that.
To get a paper
I'm
cut?
saying more than that, man.
Maybe a little bit more. Maybe like 100.
You know how sensitive that area is between your toes?
So
And plus, like the healing process of that too.
cool. I'll
Like,
take 2
awful.
weeks off work and not have to do shit.
My feet, your feet are still gonna sweat just fucking sitting.
It's
I
fine.
need to
It's a
call out of
paper
work
cut. It
for a
doesn't
couple
hurt that
weeks. I got
bad.
a bunch of paper cuts on my toes.
Dude, it's a paper. I've never had a paper cut that just ruined my fucking week before. You know, I take one for $100. Are you kidding me? That's easy.
Jordan, how much would it take for you?
Yeah.
I'm kind of in between Brandon and Timberlake. I'd say probably like a good 300, 400,
Paper
500.
cut?
Dude, that shit, it'll fester. It will
I
for
get
sure
paper
get
cuts
infected.
at
It
work
will
all
for
the
sure.
time.
Between your toes?
I mean, maybe that's a little different, but
You get paper
it-
cuts between your toes. A
I
lot?
get them.
wanna
I've
know
gotten
where
them in
they-
between my fingers. It's no
I've
different. It's
gotten
the
in between
webbing.
them.
It's
I've
the
gotten-
webbing. You
I've
know.
gotten between
Yeah, but I
the
feel
fingers,
like-
but I feel like
know.
that's a tougher skin.
Yeah. And plus,
And
it's gonna,
skin.
it's
Alright,
way
I got-
more likely to get infected.
Let me.
It's
let me-
gonna get infected.
Let me switch the topic up here.
Hold on,
If
no.
I might.
Hold on.
Oh, I want to, because we brought up the toes. I want to ask you a question about
I was-
toes and hands.
So I was gonna get LT's final number.
Okay.
Too.
Okay. Get his
I already
number.
got my number.
What was it?
It was 3 to 4 grand a swipe.
Yeah, like I said, I was like in between the two of them.
I'd probably take. I would take 5 or 6 for all of them.
What?
5 or 6 grand for all of them.
Are you kidding me?
But
probably-
I would rather take
That's ridiculous.
knife cuts instead of paper cuts because they don't hurt as bad.
He'd rather have his toe sliced off than get a paper cut.
Your toe wouldn't hurt
Okay,
anymore.
so let's go with that statement. Do you understand how asinine that sounds? That you would rather take a knife between your toes than a piece of fucking paper.
Now, I agree with you all that it might supposedly hurt more on like a pain index, but I'm still taking a paper cut over a knife. Between
Well, no,
my
it does. It does
100%.
more damage with a knife. That's not the argument.
That's
The
a lot
argument
of
is
damage.
that it doesn't hurt as bad. It hurts worse to get a paper cut. That's the argument.
I
It's
feel
not
like
that it does.
whatever does more damage would be more fucking painful.
No.
Not necessarily.
No.
If you light yourself on fire, you won't feel pain after the first minute or two,
It's
but
gonna
you'll
kill
still
all
be
your
doing
nerves.
damage. Yeah.
That's a really weird comparison, but I'll
What?
take it.
It's
I think
not.
it's a fair comparison.
All your
though.
nerve endings
Because it
for
works
stuff
for
like
your
that.
fucking argument.
All your nerve endings
Yeah,
for
that's
stuff
why I
like
said
that's
it.
not deep. It's not deep. It's a lot more surface than that.
Because we've
Whoa, no,
converted
bro.
Keebler.
That was deep.
So you said something about toes.
Yeah. How much would somebody have to pay
Toes?
you to have like webbed hands and feet for the rest of your life? Or for a year?
I'd
How about
pay-
that?
I'd pay them.
For a year. Bro,
I'm gonna
have
be
you ever known
swimming like a
somebody that had,
motherfucker,
webbed-
dude.
have you ever known somebody that had like webbed feet, bro?
No.
I used to go to church camp with this guy. He had like webbed toes. Some webbed
God.
toes. This motherfucker could swim. Bro.
Bro, he's getting a lot of force off
Oh
them
boy,
togies.
oh boy,
Bro.
swam like a trout, bro.
Oh no, I don't even want to be mean to him. Like he really could swim well. So like, okay, your
Bro, you could
hands
tie
your
his
hands and
ankles
feet,
together
your
and be
hands
a
and
mermaid.
feet for the next year. For the next year, they're webbed.
Now here's
They're webbed. Well, how
here's
much?
Here's the thing you got to remember. You got to at least. Okay, so for I would say for most of our jobs that would affect our livelihood,
Sure.
our jobs. It would
Sure.
affect that we would not be able to.
It wouldn't affect mine.
Yeah, Jordan, not as much.
Not currently.
Not currently. Like say you were
Future-wise.
working still at the bank.
Yeah.
Future.
It would affect your livelihood, right? So you at least have to make that, right? And you definitely want extra for the whole fact that, like, you know, people who are seeing you with like web
Oh,
hands, they're
sure.
probably gonna be like, that
guy's
freaking
disgusting.
weird. So
I'd be
you're not
walking
making any-
barefoot everywhere I
Bro,
go.
I'd be
You're not
having it on
making
my
any new
Tinder. Are you
friends.
kidding me? I'd be throwing up the deuces.
You probably
Come get, dude. Imagine like smacking a girl's ass with the whole web, bro. Like it makes such a loud smack.
Looks
bro.
like
Are
a
you
starfish
kidding?
was stuck to her
bro, are you
ass.
kidding me? It looked like I'm smacking her with a baseball glove every time, bro. Like, bro, I'd be joining the MLB on site, bro. Are you kidding me? I'd be making way more money
You'd
than
never
just
be able
what.
to use a glove.
Never have to.
are taxes included in what you get paid? Because that
No,
affects it
you
too.
don't have to pay taxes.
All right, then I'm
You
saying
just immediately don't have to pay taxes
It's a
for that
gift.
year.
It's a gift.
I'm saying
Yeah, you also don't
That's
have
a part
to
of the
pay taxes.
payment. That's a part of the payment. You get excused from taxes for a year.
I'm saying
Okay.
$100,000.
$100,000. Yeah, I think that's fair.
Do you all remember I think it's the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, the guy that has the webbed hands and his eyes are in the palm.
That's Hellboy.
Or is that Hellboy?
It's Hellboy.
Wouldn't it, Kate?
It's
Or no, that's
that's
No,
Ghost
I don't
Rider.
think
That's Ghost
the guy
Rider,
in
yeah.
Hellboy has the eyes on his hands, does he? I don't think that's how his works. His eyeballs were right here. The guy in Hellboy just has webbed hands and feet. They look really similar.
Aren't they the same character actor? That real like goofy looking guy.
I'm gonna look it up for the pod.
I was
Because
thinking it was Hellboy, but I
every
could be
time
wrong.
you're
Look
talking
it up.
about these webbed hands and feet, this is who I'm
Well,
picturing.
I thought about the webbed hands thing, and I figured I would, I was just curious. I wanted to see what you all were thinking about it,
Fish character.
So would you rather have webbed hands or webbed feet?
Webbed feet for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
I don't know. I like popping my toes. I don't think I can pop my toes if I got webbed feet.
Oh, you could pop your web, or you could use the web
I just realized
Use
I
the
use that
web
same
to pop your toes.
How would I use the web to pop my
Keyword at
toes?
work.
Swap it around. Hellboy. Okay, here we go.
Wait. Hellboy.
Went to the wiki.
I think it was 2000.
San Diego Comic Con. Shout out
It
to
wasn't the
San Diego.
first one I know because it was the only one that I've seen, and I just remember that guy for some reason.
Why don't you just look up Hellboy webbed hands or whatever.
Abe Sabian.
Abe Sabian.
That's a P.
Sapien.
Sapien. Oh, that's the person's real name. That's not even the character's name. I mean, I could believe
That
Abe
sounds
Sapien
like
could
that would be
Yeah, that
that
sounds
sounds like
like
that
a-
would be a character on here.
No cap.
Okay. League
Ron Perlman.
of Extraordinary.
God, this is painful.
Gentleman.
Fish
Fish.
guy.
Fish guy.
Very nice.
Well, I thought that guy was.
that guy was the Hellboy.
That is how
Yeah,
it says
that's
Hellboy movie review.
Guillermo
That's the
del Toro.
Hellboy guy.
That wasn't the guy I was talking about.
The guy I'm talking about is in League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Fish, hand, eyes. Look, this is what we're gonna do. Fish, hand, eyes.
What?
Oh,
Yo, yeah, what is that?
Go down to the bottom
Scroll
right.
down a little bit.
Go down-
Yo, he's got
Did I
that
put
wide
that on the
mouth,
screen?
bro.
I didn't.
Oh.
Oh boy, no pride.
He also did.
That's what we saw, people.
That's what we saw.
He also
This
did.
guy.
Yeah.
Oh, from
It's
Pan's Labyrinth. Yeah.
Oh.
His hands
okay.
aren't webbed though.
I thought they were. I got them mixed. I
They should have
mixed
been.
the Hellboy and Pan's Labyrinth.
No,
We were talking about the same guy then though,
Yeah,
because that
Guillermo-
was who.
That's who I
Yeah.
was thinking of.
No, it is what it is.
It's easy to mix those together.
For some reason, I was
Anyway,
thinking
what's
that
your-
guy was
what's
like-
your number? What's your number?
$20.
For a year's worth?
Did you say $20?
Your hands
I'd
are
be shooty hooping all day long, bro.
You're gonna be
Webbed
getting
hands.
steals and blocks left and right.
$20?
You're gonna be a defensive specimen.
Honestly, though, how would that help out with stealing? Like,
nothing.
Imagine
flies
being
past.
Honestly,
wide
it wouldn't
receiver.
at all.
Wide receiver.
Wide receiver, that I think that would change.
That would be
I
very
think that would
unfair.
actually make it harder
I don't believe you.
because if you look at a wide receiver, whenever they catch it the corner of the ball, right, or like the pointer end of the ball goes between their fingers.
Yeah, but they're
That's
gonna be
how
able to
you
just
catch.
They
be
could
like.
just connect the web though.
But the web isn't
They
necessarily.
put
sticky.
their index fingers and thumbs
Maybe they
together, and it just
spit on-
forms
Well, then
another
it's
web.
never gonna go through their triangle. It's just gonna catch.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's
like
gonna
a
bounce
net.
off. I think it's gonna bounce off.
If
Well,
humans
they-
have like
it's
crazy
like a
web
bat
fingers,
wing. It's like the bat. Like
I was gonna say
bat's
what
wings or something, you
what
know?
would it feel like? Would it be like some like
Fleshy.
greasy looking
Very
fleshy,
fleshy.
web, or would it be
I mean,
like
it'd be
a
just
bat wing?
like skin almost, I guess.
I still think it would hinder hinder catching a football.
Would your webs have fingerprints?
What about this?
Would it have prints?
What about this? What about wings? What are you all's opinions on like if people had wings or tails
I
or
would
something?
having-
You know, like what
having wings would
body
be fucking
part would
dope.
you add?
Wings.
Wings.
Wings
Wings would be sweet.
Wings would be sick, right?
Maybe a tail.
Tails would be cumbersome though.
Be fun. You hang from something. Just
I was just saying it would have to be like a monkey
That's
tail, like
fire.
that you could actually
I would
use.
hang from the ceiling. And
Dude,
just watch
our
TV
infrastructure-
I'd sleep.
Infrastructure-
I'd sleep like that.
Our infrastructure
like a
would be
possum.
so different if we had tails or wings, right?
Yeah, bro.
change
Monkey
a lot.
bars would mean something
Yeah.
totally different.
Fashion. What? What'd you say?
I said monkey bars would mean something.
Dude, that would be sick. We could just take a nap on the monkey bars. Curl
Monkey
our
bars
tail up, like-
become less of a forearm workout and more of a just a fun thing to do with your tail.
Getting your lower
Right.
back tight.
Imagine taking a shit with a tail. Where would the tail go when you?
That
sit
would
on
be
the
something
toilet?
that would revolutionize, or not revolutionize. That would definitely drastically change the
Well,
toilet
I mean,
industry.
people
Oh,
could
for
just start
sure.
facing the tank.
Well, that's how it was. That's
how
how
it
it was meant to be, according to
Yeah.
South Park.
It's you put your crayons and your coloring books.
And then it's got this little hole for your
Oh boy.
for your laundry. It's a laundry chute.
I love South Park.
It's such a good show.
I know, right? Can't believe it's been on for so long.
It is, God, it has made its rounds. There's a lot of people I've heard lately that they're like, oh, I'm tired of South Park. It's kind of getting stupid. Like,
You said
people
you have
saying-
heard that?
I've heard
It
that
got-
from people.
Really?
I feel
It
like
was kind of
got
mid for a sec, but it
progressively
picked
better.
back up with Tegrity Farms.
Integrity weed.
Tegrity Week.
The whole special they did for Paramount Plus. That
I never did watch that.
Are your headphones messing up? Oh, any of y'all?
No.
Like,
No,
just
mine are fine.
gargled a little
Mine are
bit?
fine.
That just happens
Um,
sometimes with the connection.
Okay, so the movie special they had was it was based in the future, and all the kids were adults, and Cartman became a rabbi, and it's so funny.
Yeah.
I can't remember his kids' names, but his kids' names were fucking hilarious.
That's funny as hell.
He like called his wife Meshuggah and shit like that. It is so funny.
Oh, Cartman.
Stan is in a relationship with Alexa.
What?
That bitch.
Shut up.
She turned on.
Have you ever seen that movie where it's about the guy that falls in love with an AI?
Her.
Joaquin Phoenix. I
Yeah,
think that movie's
I've never
ass.
seen that.
I was
Is it
gonna
really?
say, is it good?
I'll say one of our buddies told me that it was a good movie, but he likes Joaquin Phoenix. So it's
I like Joaquin Phoenix a lot. He's probably one of my favorites. I think that movie's just fucking stupid.
Yeah, not everybody can have it
I
every
liked
time.
the Joker. I think
The Joker was great.
You would like the Joker.
The only thing I don't see, that's where I was going, is the thing that I don't like with the Joker is there's a lot of weird people out there that like
Yeah.
idolize the Joker,
It is mad weird.
and just in a very weird way, the character of Joker, they like idolize him as like a getting away from the system man.
Like, oh, we gotta tear down society because they don't like us.
And I mean,
It's
for
like, bro,
example,
you're-
you
Laughing
had
my
a-
stand up.
You had
It's
a
like
whole
in
fucking guy
reality.
shoot up a movie theater dressed as
Yeah.
fucking Joker.
it's like, what a loser, bro.
Like, just fucking weirdos.
What a loser.
Like, you can't just like a character.
Just
I
like,
love the Joker. I think
Go to
the
a
Joker's
bar
a
and
great
buy a girl a drink, bro.
I swear to God.
like,
I swear to
like
God.
for God's sake,
Bro,
dude.
touch
Touch
grass.
grass.
Touch grass.
Touch the grass.
Go
Find
get a drink of
God.
water.
Go take some communion, bro. Like, like
You
get the
need
fuck out of here.
Jesus. You need Jesus.
Go break bread.
So,
Multiply some fish or some shit.
Right, bro? That was crazy how he did
I
that.
had something.
That whole thing. He's just like, nah, y'all can eat. We got enough.
But there's only 5 slices of bread and
He's like,
and
nah.
3 fish. Like,
Don't
no,
worry
there's not.
about
Look
it.
again.
Yeah.
Whoa, there's 6 fish
He's like,
now.
bro, just close the
Look
basket
again.
and open it back up.
Oh shit! It's still 5 fish.
Like, bro, everybody
3
gets
fish.
fish. And
3
and
fish.
Bread, too.
Give them all.
I think it was 5 loaves and 3 fish.
Fold
Wasn't
it.
it?
A person?
No, like that he
A person?
started out with. And he
I mean,
multiplied.
I
Motherfuckers
didn't
being
know.
greedy out here, man.
Hey, man. Hey, if he's giving it away.
Amen.
Amen.
Don't fact check me on that, guys. I don't
We
know.
won't. We promise we won't.
I'm kind of thinking about doing Sober October.
We've talked about it, but then we also throw around the idea of Tequila October as well. So
we
it
did
kind of
Tequila October. That's what we were thinking in our house.
They're
We said the only alcohol
polar
you can drink all
opposites.
month is tequila.
no beer, no
beer, no
hard
no-
seltzers,
no
just,
seltzers,
I
no
just
like
liquor.
tequila.
vomiting.
So,
I'm not a fan of vomiting.
neither are we.
And I'm an avid puke and rallier, but I don't want to rally after I puke anymore. I've surpassed the age of rallying.
That's become bedtime after you puke.
Time for daddy to go to beddy. Bye.
So
That's tragic.
I had Fireball for the first time in like 5 years.
Oh God.
Oh,
Yeah,
how'd that go?
I had it 2 days in a row.
Ah,
And
John.
It was so I was at a bonfire Friday night, okay, and some dude was like, he was already drunk as piss, and he's like, hey bro, you drink? I'm like, I mean, I got a Busch Light right here, man. Of course I'm drinking. Yeah. He's like, you want Fireball? And I'm like, no. And he's like, oh, you hesitated. That means you're getting a Fireball shot. So we pulled out like all these fucking shooters of Fireball, and he's like, you gotta take one right now. And I'm like, dude, you don't understand. Last time I had Fireball was when I was in college, and it did not end well.
Wait, was it the night we went to Burger Boy?
No. We actually might have. No, we had Jim Beam
No, we
Black.
had Fireball that night too.
Did we?
We were taking
Beam
shooters
Black?
before we went. You
Jimmy
remember?
Black's pretty good.
I don't think I've
It
ever
was
seen
you,
that
me, and
before.
Richard.
Yeah.
I think I got a bottle.
Trent was driving us, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Someone else was with us too. I
I at
don't
least
remember
have
who
a
it was.
whiskey glass with Jim Beam.
I don't know. It's not important, but
But anyway, so Friday night, and he's like, "Oh, you're taking," and I'm like, "Oh, fuck." So like, I like choke it down, and I'm like gagging and all this, and I'm like, "Oh man." So I keep drinking a little bit, and Fireball. You all know how liquor hits me pretty fast.
Liquor John.
Liquor
look at
Johnny.
Johnny.
So he's like, "Hey, take this," and he like throws something at me. So like, it's dark. All I see is just the light from the fire, and I like catch it, and I look, and it's another Fireball shooter, and I'm like,
Oh God.
shit. And he's like, it's in your hands. Now you gotta drink it. He's like, here, I'll even drink one with you. And Keenan was with me. He's like, so he gave him one too. And Keenan's like, oh, jeez. We're like, okay, here we go. So we shoot down the Fireball. And I'm like, dude, I'm not drinking Fireball for a long ass time. Next morning, we're at the golf scramble. And it was for a Catholic school. Okay.
Yeah.
So
God.
the principal is driving around, and she's like, hey, does anyone want to buy a 50-50 raffle or want a free shot of Fireball? And we're like,
Yes to both.
We're like, you say free?
and I was like,
Bro, it's the Catholics.
I was like,
It's the
no.
Catholics.
Dude, everybody there was so fucking
Yeah,
plastic.
they like drinking.
I was like, no, I don't
Catholics
want
love
any.
to drink.
I don't want any. I'm good. And she's like, oh, come on, it's free. Here, have one. Here, take one. Like, this principal was insistent. And
Gosh.
Then she was like,
Can't say no.
let's take a picture of you guys too. And we already had the cups, and she was like, actually, let me take the cups back, and then I'll give them back to you after you take the picture.
So then we took another shot of Fireball.
Oh boy.
And on that same hole, we roll up to. So we hit our drive. It's like a par 4. We had a pretty good drive up there. So we're pulling up to the ball there, and there's a house that you can rent out right by this course, and all these guys
big
are
old
on the
back
back
porch and
porch,
stuff.
and we roll up to the ball, and everyone's like, yeah, yeah, like cheering.
And we
us
were
on.
all like,
They're like, great drive, mullet dude, yeah.
Oh my God.
he was talking to Johnny. He's like, Bullet man.
Mullet man.
So we hit our next shot. All 4 of us hit great shots.
Nice.
Like, we looked like fucking pros.
All
out
4
there.
of us on the green.
All 4 of us. Even my brother, who has not played in probably 15 years,
Yeah.
like, drills the green.
Good.
So, like, everyone's like, yeah, y'all are the team to beat, yeah, like, cheering us on. They're like, hey, come up here, take some shots with us. So,
Yes,
we
we
go up
went.
there. We're taking shots with these dudes. They're like Old Smoky or something like that.
It was salty watermelon Old Smoky whiskey.
Damn.
It was
so
it
good.
was really fucking good,
It was
actually.
so good.
I took 2.
Huh.
Isn't it
Same.
moonshine?
We all-
Old Smoky moonshine?
They make whiskey too, I
Oh, they
think.
make
Yeah.
Huh.
But it was some
Like
good
it
stuff.
was definitely whiskey.
What'd you say it was called? Salty watermelon?
Salty watermelon. It was fucking good, actually. It sounds gross. But
Yeah, no.
honestly, I might buy a bottle if I see it.
We did, unfortunately, listeners, we have to apologize. Do you all know why we have to apologize? Because we forgot something last week. We forgot Florida Man.
We quit doing Florida Man.
We quit doing...
We quit doing Florida Man.
Yeah.
Sorry, listeners. Looks like I have to apologize.
We did miss 1 week, and then me and Jordan went to do it with our stuff, and we were like, these are kind of butt. And
Yeah, we
Like-
got tired of seeing like
it was really
depressing ones.
depressing ones.
You know,
That's very
that's
depressing.
actually very
But
fair.
we
It's
could
very
start a
fair.
new one. Y'all got any ideas?
Well, we could take some time to think about it, make it a little more presentable for
Yeah.
next
I like
week. How
that. I
about
like that. I like that.
Is there anything?
Is there anything you all wanna bring up? Any-
Closing arguments?
Well, have you seen any like funny like TikToks or Instagram Reels or Twitter videos lately?
Usually, honestly, all the TikToks that I end up saving is just shit to send to Megan that's about like crazy girlfriends or something like that. It's funny.
Didn't we
Yes,
have
Mr. Keebler.
Didn't we have a little something on TikTok from
our
this
TikTok
last week or two?
Our TikTok actually fucking blew up. It was actually Jordan's TikTok.
Yeah.
It was all Jordan.
Bang bang.
Bang bang.
All he's got to
How
say
many-
is bang bang.
What's it at?
How many
Yeah.
views we got?
On
23K.
yeah, like 23,000 on TikTok.
That's
Is that
so
what we're up
lit.
to? Is that current or is that from last time?
That was current as of last night, so I'm sure it hasn't changed too much.
That's
we hit
lit.
the algorithm. Whoop whoop.
Somehow we caught that algorithm.
Clickbait, clickbait, clickbait.
Clickbait.
What'd you call it?
We'll
What do you
have
call
more
like
from this
murder on the
episode.
railroad
Murder
tracks
on
or
the
something like
railroad
that?
tracks, question mark, question mark, question mark. I was like, this is gonna be
This
the
is
one.
a hit.
It did work.
We'll have it more from this episode too, so
So-
stay tuned.
Hopefully next episode we'll have our first sponsor.
Fingers
Hopefully
crossed.
by
Fingers
next
crossed.
We gotta get we
Wait,
gotta
what
get
was-
a couple more listeners on here, and then
Oh, yeah,
it's,
yeah.
we're gonna
We'll get there.
we're gonna have our first ad run next week.
Supposedly.
Maybe,
hoping-
maybe,
We'll
maybe.
see.
I'm hoping.
We'll see. We don't want to get you all too excited to have to skip the ads.
Yeah.
It's more of a personal excitement rather than a viewer
Yeah,
excitement.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Viewers are like, shit.
Shit, they got
Shit.
ads.
We
They're
had
good.
it-
Too
we-
good for us.
We had a good thing going.
You had me in the first half, not gonna lie.
So, gaming wise, on my YouTube channel, I just put up a new series that I started called Layman Reviews. It's not really a series, it's more of just me doing reviews of games and what I like about them and what I would rate them in my personal opinion, rather than what it would be reviewed as by a professional.
Yeah.
So that's why I call it Layman Review. I'm gonna have another one out this week. I like those. It's actually I think it's got 1,000 views right now. It
Nice.
came out Friday.
Really?
Sick.
Wow.
That's coming down
Thank
the pipeline.
you all for supporting our
Those
boy
Destiny
LT.
videos, man.
Man.
Destiny
Those
videos
Destiny
go
videos
off,
get you.
dog. Destiny videos go off. I'm telling you. And I feel most comfortable talking about Destiny because fuck,
Because you're fucking addicted
I've
to
put
it.
thousands of hours into that series.
Yeah.
I think if there's anyone who knows anything about that game that we know, I think it's you.
Yeah, yeah.
I think
I would like to say that that's true.
That's very fair.
There is a game that I would like to play and on stream with all of us. I've been thinking about this a lot. We'll talk about it off podcast and we'll get your ideas on it. But I think that's something going to be coming down the pipeline very soon. Be expecting some content from all of us rather than just me putting out stuff that I make. We're going to do some stuff together as a clan, as a collective, the Schmutz Collective.
What's collective?
The Schmutz Collective. Speaking of, go to the Schmutz Collective .godaddysites.com.
Fuck GoDaddy.
Fuck GoDaddy. We'll never do an ad for them. Go fuck yourself.
I mean, we will if they pay us enough.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, GoDaddy if you pay me enough.
Just give us
Yeah,
a,
we
give
love
us our
GoDaddy,
website. Give us our
actually.
actual URL
I don't know what he was
back.
talking
Yep,
about.
yep. So, give us our URL back and I'll fucking do free ads for you. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
maybe I wouldn't. Maybe I wouldn't.
Anyway,
well, we're
Brandon Keebler, Funhouse Emporium.
stream it.
Stream that shit.
Gonna have another
Stream
video
that
out
shit.
sometime soon.
New working name for an EP. It's a.
Oh. An exclusive.
Drum roll, please.
It's I'm thinking about calling it. I thought EP 500 was a little bit too bland. So I thought of something that
Why are you stacking beer caps?
I don't know. I've been doing it all episode.
501.
I know you have. I keep fucking hearing it.
No, I thought EP 500 was too plain sounding. So I actually had a beat that I called this, but I wasn't going to use it anyways. It's going to be called Red Bull and Gummy Bears.
That's fire, actually.
Yeah.
I fuck with that.
I liked
fuck with
it.
that.
So
It
John
fits.
see me drinking Red Bull and eating gummy bears
Infinitely.
numerous times.
I'd
And,
say
I
more
thought
than a couple.
Yeah.
every single band practice.
Yep.
and,
Full gummy bears.
There's like
He
there was like
loves 'em.
but there was behind the drum set. There's a little windowsill, right? And there's always a bag of gummy bears. There was always the drum brushes, right?
Yeah.
And then there was a bag of gummy bears, and at least some kind of Red Bull, usually the blue ones.
And keen eye viewers of our streams each week will see that he also has Red Bull and gummy bears every time we stream together.
Black Forest gummy bears.
Black Forest gummy bears every time.
I like those a lot. So, gummy bears and Red Bull. That's the working name now. Might change still. But
That's how it goes, man.
that is what it is working with right now.
Well, right on.
John, before you go, do you want to plug your stuff? Music.
Plug my stuff for me.
Okay, John will.
Bye, John.
That's the last you'll see of John today.
There he
got
goes.
A work call.
This man's on his grind.
Johnny
he's
Will
back.
music.
He's back.
He's got
With the
music
laptop.
coming down the pipeline.
Graceful.
It's coming,
was great.
and it will be out soon.
Johnny
we
Will.
have no official name. We have no information to give you, but I think he wants it that way. This has been SchmutzCast episode 8. Be looking out for episode 9 next week. And I think we've got a special thing planned for episode 10, the double digits.
We'll see.
And I'm excited. I'm not going to announce any guests the week before anymore for no more fucking letdowns. I don't want to let the people down.
We're sorry if we've ever let you down. We know that we have, actually.
I
but
feel like I let you down
we
every
apologize
week.
in advance. So.
But if I let you down, I hope I let you down easy.
Well, you let all of
Let
us
'em down easy.
You know, it is, it's normal for them. We let them down. We let each other down.
No beer left behind. Jordan, finish your beer.
No beer.
I
left
just
behind.
opened this bitch.
Well, just pretend to finish it. Oh, I hate hearing the gurgling noises. Y'all are
I'm not gonna do
disgusting.
this. This shit was, like, all the way up
that's
here.
too much. That's
that.
That's why I had you do it.
Episode 8, everybody.
Episode 8.
Episode 8.
Thanks for watching. I appreciate
on,
all
get
the
outta here.
support. You all have been so supportive, and I feel like we get more and more support and feedback from everybody each week. And I'm so glad this is taking off. One more story I want to tell before we go off.
God.
Actually,
We got a
call. We got a call while we were out getting these nuggies earlier. That my mom called me and said, "Are you doing the podcast right now?" I said, "No," and she said, "Well, good. I just showed your
gosh.
grandma the podcast," and I was like, "Mom, we're fucking filthy. We're disgusting on
We
this
are.
podcast. This is like not safe for life. Like this is bad." But you know
it's not-
what,
it's not
Grandma,
good
if you're
for
listening,
Grandma.
I love you. This has been SchmutzCast 8. I'm Papa Schmutz.
I am Brandon Keebler.
I am Jordan Warner.
That was John.
That was
John Will.
John.
We'll see you on the next one.
We were SchmutzCast today.
Peace out, fellas
Bye-bye.
and ladies.